I'm gonna switch to push to talk, just so, like, in the recording or stream or whatever the fuck, you don't hear
Yeah, that's
we hear from Brandon anyway all the time.
Hey, I barely even type during these sessions. Anyways, we're live. We're in Coding Frames. I'm gonna have family over at my house later tonight, so probably will hear lots of background noise from me. Anyways, welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is Group D, Brothers in Arms, aka Down to Pound, Episode 7. We have a... Oh, we're missing Taylor.
Full party my butt.
Yeah. We have an almost full party. Taylor said he was showing up late tonight, so he'll get here whenever he gets here. I am very far away from my microphone. I've got a pupper, like, right here on the floor next to me, so I can only move my chair so far forward. When we last left Group D, let's do this in 3 minutes, or I don't even think I can. When we last left Group D, you guys were in the tavern with... no, you cannot chew on that while I'm streaming, dog. I love you.
Definitely not 3 minutes or less now.
Anyways, when we last left... Oh my god, I'm a kill... Sorry, guys. If that gets annoying, just let me know and I'll kick her out the room. When we last left Group D, you guys were in the inn called Sar'urcha. There was a meeting of Dorai there, and you guys met with the assassin Nyla Loonfall. She had a second in her place, a doppelganger by the name of Bevelis. You guys traded information with her, and then on your way out, Draylon Madison entered the inn, and he only spoke with Bevelis, who was impersonating Nyla briefly, before killing the doppelganger and claiming he killed a spy in the mist. It turns out that he has done something to his body where he is made of some type of impenetrable crystal. The party decided to leave there and not mess with that anymore. They spent the next few days prepping for Lethelia Nakart's ball and went to Somar Villa. While at the ball, they met a myriad of people. One of those being the wife of a wind general. Another being a risen member from a foreign country who is doing missionary work inside of Ardor. They met Joseph Frith, who is allegedly a member of the Twilight Fang. While also at this party, they met somebody else I am missing. Oh, Anadelia Surreal and her wife were there. Lance got some bombs dropped on him by Bieza, and then the entire party, once the ball was winding down, had a political meeting again with Lethelia Nakart, discussing potential candidates for the High Council and the seat of Magnate. You guys summoned to the or Lethelia informed you that Ariana Bertolf, or not Bertolf, Ariana Kinfield was there, and you guys sent out her steward to summon her to the chambers. And I think we left off right there.
I think we were left off right when she was, like, approaching. Or, no, Anadelia popped in.
Yeah, Anadelia entered. Yep.
We were... yeah. Miss Kinfield was about to be lit in, along with everybody's favorite, religious member.
Yeah, Father A is seriously playing all the fields right here because, you know what? We're just gonna pick up there. So let's move this over to Somar Villa. Alright, so it is the 19th of Priestess for you guys. In the room with you, I will need to move some of this stuff. Move that to right here. Entering into the room is Anadelia, and then also inside of the room with you is Lethelia Nakart. And I should probably pull out my notes for her. Very important. The entire party, minus Father A, is inside of this room. Father A is on the approach, being led by Viadem, the steward.
Hey, Adamir, you're getting a lot of static through your mic. Is there something you can do about that?
Sorry, is that better?
Oh, yeah, much better.
I've been hitting the cord by accident 'cause I'm folding laundry while I do this.
No, that's perfect. Thanks, man.
Multitasking during D&D.
Well, that's me.
Minus 50
Well, I
DK.
multi-class, so I might as well
Alright, so, entering into the room is, Anadelia. She's going to, push open the door and, look and say, look to the rest of the party and say, I see you're still with, these members. This wasn't scheduled for you tonight. Lethalia nods and says, your message seemed urgent. What is it? She looks to everybody else in the room and gestures to the hallway. Lethalia nods to you guys and steps outside of the room. She closes the door behind her.
Is it just the party in the room, or are there, like, guards or other people?
It is just the party.
Celebris is going up to the door to see if he can hear.
Roll me that perception check.
Because this seems juicy.
I was about to say something, but
13.
Johan will also go and do that.
Alright, through... Oh!
22.
Good lord. They're talking on hushed whispers, but the conversation is kind of exasperated. By the time you guys get to the door and you're listening, you just hear these could you stop chewing on that? I love you!
It's a weird conversation.
Whoa, what's going on in there?
Wait, isn't Annabella married?
The vampire? That doesn't feel like an odd turn of the...
Here you go.
Really?
Go out there. Go get it. Good girl. Alright.
God, this is a really weird conversation.
It's like,
That's what Daddy likes.
I'm trying
Whoa,
to...
this snake heart. I didn't realize you were like this.
I'm trying to remember everything that's supposed to be conveyed, do the characters, all of this, listen to you guys, and my dog is just like, she loves crunching water bottles. She grabs them out of the garbage can and she just crunches them into, like, the smallest thing she can. And she's just, like, doing that right behind me. I'm like, this is so annoying. Just go someplace. Anyways, yeah, by the time you guys get to the door, you're going to hear harsh whispers being exchanged between them, with, Lethalia saying, that's not possible! Anadelia is going to respond with, well, I'm telling you, I've seen it, it's just faint whispers in the wind, but if it's gone, it could be something we need to look into. She says, very well, alright. Just keep your eyes on it.
Jump backwards.
Yeah, before they hit me with the door.
Yeah. The door is going to open back up, and Anadelia and Lethalia are going to walk back into the room, Lethalia looking a little bit more distressed, but Anadelia still having a collected composure about her, although her expression doesn't communicate any type of civility. She looks to everybody else in the party and says, so you're the prince's men?
Nope, I'm not.
Celebris will step forward and take a bow. Celebris, Vegas, pleasure to meet you.
She'll nod, returning a small bit of courtesy, and bow and say, Anadelia Surreal.
She's already met the rest of the party, right? Except for the new people?
Not this party. She hasn't met Johan before.
I thought we did some campaigning and like tried to. Didn't we like go over there and talk to Anadelia at one point in
we
time?
talked about it.
You talked about it, not to her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is...
Then Johan could follow Celebrus's example and say Johan Ilderon.
I'll just nod and introduce myself as well.
Alright, as Father A's not there and Barty is, I'm gonna roll a percentage die if Barty would introduce himself. Bartholomew is not going to introduce himself. He's going to stand up and bow and say, I'm with them.
I'd also,
yeah, Lance Marfell. Sorry, I got lost in my thoughts.
I would, as Johan, also like to note that while we are indebted to the current magnate, we are first and foremost members of the Kalkin.
No, we're not. I'm not a member of the Kalkin.
Neither's Barty.
Barty was.
Yeah.
Was.
It's just easier to group everybody together at this point.
Yeah, and she's going to nod to that and say, yes, times and alliances right now are tense, and it's good to know where everyone stands. She's going to look to Lethalia and say, however, if you're meeting with her and you're on her good side, then you're on my good side.
I want to ask her where her alliances lie.
Anadelia is going to gesture towards Lethalia, bowing respectfully as she does, and say, of course, to Lady Nakard.
Alright, good to know.
Scowling the whole time, Lethalia is going to shake her head and say, my allegiances lie with our country.
That was Dahlia.
Say it again?
That was what Dahlia who said that?
Yeah, Lethalia.
Derek, you're kind of coming in robot. You might want to try to jump in again.
Not coming in everybody for me.
Do I sound bad? Hello?
There we go.
There you go.
Okay,
Better.
I don't know what happened there.
Torchlight is going to fill the open hallway.
Oh, I thought there was a person named Torchlight in here. I was about to laugh so fucking hard.
Roman Torchwick is just gonna... No, I'm kidding. Torchlight's gonna fill the open hallway, and finally, joining the party is going to be Father A, and... Well, before this happens, as you guys are walking this hallway, does Father A want to say anything to Ariana or Viadim?
I don't know.
Ariana Grande?
Yes.
I don't know if he'd know what to say.
You've grown so much.
Have you heard about our Lord and Savior?
Aldora? You know, if you serve her in life, you serve her in death.
Last time I saw you, I was handing you off to some boat captain.
No, he'll probably stay quiet.
Okay.
One's not sure how to broach the I smuggled you out of the country.
That's the great way to start.
Alright. So,
yeah,
Hand on shoulder. I saved your life at one point.
So yeah, you're adopted, and I'm the one that got you out of there.
It's cool. I'm epic. Soak it in.
As you guys, or rather, entering the room is going to be Viadim, followed by Father A, and then a woman who you can assume to be Ariana Kenfield. And then finally a actually, her bodyguard's gonna have to roll a persuasion check if he's gonna be coming. Finally, a bodyguard in blue and gold half plate. He carries a longsword at his waist and wears a small blue cape. He is ostentatious, to say the least.
I thought that was his name for a second.
So did I. I didn't want to say it because I was going to sound dumb, but thank you.
So Brandon, is Ariana like well known?
No, she is a minor noble.
It's unusual for her to have a bodyguard.
Yeah. It would be unusual for her to have a bodyguard, kind of this elaborate.
It's like, fucking, I'm a minor noble. Do I have a fucking bodyguard?
However, she
Nobody.
has two that never leave her side. One she told you guys is she has posted up waiting for you to meet with them in another city on the other side of the country.
Yeah, we decided to take the short route.
I'm leaning over to one of the. I don't even care who it is at this point. I'm just like, psst, does this mean I'm not gonna go visit my hometown?
You don't get to go home. Roman doesn't get on a boat. These are things.
Who's Roman?
Well, hey, you guys did not have to meet her here. You guys did not have to meet her under these circumstances.
That's what I was asking. Is like, are we still gonna go to like where her hometown is to talk more? Or are we staying here?
Probably gonna stay here.
Aw, I want to go for a day at least.
Well, I mean, we have everybody we want to be magnate all in the same room. So,
Fine.
like,
Mortal
we can hammer this.
combat!
We can hammer this out right now. Says
Lance,
Gord.
tell you what, once we get everything situated in this country, we'll take you home for a visit.
That's gonna be a
Hang the
long
crown,
while.
15 feet in the air. Fatal four-way ladder match.
Money in the bank, title, bunch. Get the briefcase, get the magnate spot.
Alright, so, Lethalia is going, or rather, Viadim is going to be the first to speak, and say, may I introduce, Lady Kenfield. Also, I found another one of the, King's Knights, outside.
Who?
Or the Magnate's Knights, sorry.
Is this where you've been hanging out?
Mr. Anderson.
Oh, I thought they were about to bring meat in here. I was about to say, no, she stays. Oh, wait, who fucking
Did you
named your
actually
kid
make
meat?
that quip at me?
Yeah, Celebris is looking at you and goes, is this where you've been hanging out?
Actually, sheer happenstance.
Sheer happenstance, my ass.
Showing the same respect to pretty much all the nobles he's run into. Celebris will walk towards Lady Kenfield, bow, and introduce himself.
Alright, as Celebris does, she's going to return a polite gesture, giving him once again a small bow as Celebris's nobility too.
He's not used to that. He doesn't think of himself that way.
Yeah, right now you guys are literally like the same station. You guys both wear the rank of Sol Sarai.
So, Johan's going to turn to her and go, well, make short of this. The reason why you were summoned is because we got your letters for wanting to meet with the magnate, and we figured that instead of meeting your contact, we can meet you right now since we're in the same place.
As you say that, she's gonna bring a hand to her chin and nod and say, and so I see that so I see what they say about the sage is true these days. His mind really is failing.
We're talking about Alston Doris?
Yeah.
He's
Crazy as a shithouse rat.
he's definitely lost it.
Okay. That might not have been the language. That might not have been the thing to say right now, but it's the point across, I guess.
Out of character, I haven't heard of this guy yet, right? This is the first I've heard of this sage, I think.
Sage Alston Doris is common knowledge.
Yeah, it's common knowledge in the in this region. He was a prominent member of a certain religion, and he lost his mind a few weeks ago and started going crazy. He spouts gibberish a lot. Huh?
I would know of this.
Yeah, that's common knowledge within the city. That's the first time he's been mentioned in like 2 sessions, though.
Is he on the wiki somewhere? Can I search his name?
No, he's
Okay.
not.
Are you sure he's not?
I don't know if I made him a page. I know I made,
You made him a card.
yeah, I know I made him that.
Oh, that's fine. I was just curious because I don't remember hearing about him in game yet.
Yeah, I think we talked to him literally the game before you joined.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never seen that picture or that name.
He's a kooky old dude.
You're a kooky old dude.
Butt
Thank
naked, wanted to hug me.
Yes.
I am a kooky old dude.
Anyways, though, as you, or rather, Johan responded with saying yes, he has lost his mind. Ariana is going to bow once again very graciously and say, you must forgive me. Those letters were meant for the magnate's eyes only. I am uncertain as to why I've been summoned here.
The magnate is using us as his contact to meet with your contact. And since he's busy, and since we were coming to this party anyways, when we heard you were here, we decided to just meet with you directly.
She's going to nod and say, if it is something that can be arranged, I would like to speak to Magnate Bertholf directly, and not through proxies.
Bert who? Who the fuck?
Bertholf.
Marcus.
I don't know who that is.
That's
The magnet.
his last name is Berthold.
Marcus Bertholf.
Okay.
Why don't you just say his fucking first name?
She's gonna look around a little bit offended and say, because it's rude and there's respect owed to his station and the throne that binds our country together.
Lance,
What?
go back to your thoughts.
You didn't work for that asshole.
Johan's stepping in. It's gonna go. That aside, I don't know if you're aware, but there's kind of a power struggle right now for the title of magnate, and he doesn't have many supporters on his side. And after looking at your letters, sorry that we read them first. You seem to have a very strong and well-adjusted idea of what a magnate should be doing, and we were wondering if maybe you would like to try for the position, potentially with help from others in this room. As I turn to Anadelia and Lady Nakart.
Woof. Okay. So that is a lot. As Johan turns to finishes that statement and turns to Anadelia and Lethalia, Lethalia is rising out of her seat, like, about to slam her hand on the table.
Oh, damn.
Before she can finish that gesture, Ariana, like, cuts the room off and says, I will not be a part of treasonous negotiations.
The fuck is treasonous here?
Lethalia is going to also speak and say, yes, we're not discussing undermining the current magnate.
Can I roll insight on these people to see what they're where they're coming from on this?
Yes, you can.
I thought that was exactly what we were talking about before.
We were. This is we literally said all of this last session.
Where what you
where's
guys
this
had
aggression coming from?
what you guys had discussed last session was working on the members of the High Council. Was where you guys had last left this off. Specifically saying, you know, hey, we want you to be magnate instead of this person right now is open treason.
Okay.
Like against the throne.
Okay, I will get to my next statement then after the roleplay finishes, because I got my next statement.
Well, because there is, you guys are
about to go down.
You guys are treason. Yeah, you guys are agents of the throne right now of a city.
I'm not.
Well, yeah, you're not.
Let Johan finish his
Why are you
explanation.
hanging
See where this is going.
I don't know. You assholes seem fun.
So, anyways, she about to slam her hand on the ground, hand on the table, and then something happened.
Yeah, Ariana addressed the statement.
We're not about.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Next statement. Is it treason though if she also has claim to the title of magnate, the same as Bertold does?
That is new information to
everybody. Yeah. Yeah, we know this.
I do. What do you mean?
Well, maybe if your ass hung around for more than 5 minutes.
If you ass tell me shit.
Gentlemen,
the
please. This is not the time to be arguing about petty things like that.
Anadelia is going to say the magnate's children are all dead, along with both of his wives.
I mean, obviously they're not, because one's sitting on the throne right now, but good luck now.
Lance, shut up.
I mean, it's true.
Also, it's not. Alcindor spoke of smuggling a girl out of the city. And it just so happens that the one who smuggled said girl out of the city is standing in this room as well, along with said girl. As I turn to Father Anderson.
I appreciate you using my history for your political gains.
You smuggle people?
Which girl are you talking about?
Ariana Kenfield.
Ariana Kenfield is the last child of the former magnate, and has as much claim to the throne as Maxwell does in this situation.
Marcus.
Can this be proven in any way? What evidence is there?
We have the notes of, we have the clarity moment of Alcindor saying he did it, and we have literally the person who smuggled her out of the city in the room to vouch for us.
Plus, there's records of payments from the former magnate to her parents that took her in. Basically, as payments to keep her safe.
I mean, I believe you, but we need to be able to convince everybody of this. You know, we need some really conclusive evidence.
Well, that's why I just gave out all my evidence, and now turning to the people who I believe are powerful enough to support her.
How does Ariana react to this?
Yeah, as Johan finishes and Johan and Celebris finish saying this, a very serious expression is going to overtake her face, and she's going to say, I should have known there was more to this meeting than I initially anticipated. It is true.
Obviously.
I am Ariana Bertholf, third daughter of Respis Bertholf, born of Celia, daughter of the Eye of the Mountain.
So you're aware of your heritage,
You
then?
fucking know?
I felt like she knew because of all this advice she's been giving to the magnate. Like, it's not something that you do without a reason.
She nods and says, "I've always known. My father offered me a chance to come back to the capital once it settled down, but
You didn't?
she shakes her head and says, I've grown to love the fields I lived in."
Jesus.
So you don't want to be magnate then?
But your ideas are a lot more balanced than the current one.
Well, you guys are not letting her finish.
I'm sorry.
When you say you don't want to be magnate, she shakes her head and says, "No, more than anything, I'd love to rule my country, but I love my family, and I'm not going to work against my brother. I'll work with him, but I will not undermine him."
I want to say
We're not undermining them
we're-
because there's supposed to be a election for the magnate seat. Once the
I
High
wanna say,
Council is
as we
selected.
were in his, his inner circle, I want to reveal the information I found out about his. I forgot the name of the religion. What was it like?
Gendenthal.
Genwin? Yeah, I want to.
Is that something you're going to say right here?
Well, we're just
Yeah.
Alright.
nobody know anything about keeping things close to the chest.
Celebrus is just gonna have a seat and let this
He's a
massive
Well, I mean, I said something
explosion
about
happen.
it not being undermining, and no, that was.
No, she wants to defend him. She needs to know what he's about, and I think that would change her opinion of him.
I doubt it. Go ahead.
The defense isn't so much about his character, it's so much his position.
Alright. So, go ahead and tell me how Thalin is saying this, or what he's saying.
We just said we were speaking with him and discovered some alarming facts about what he might be involved in, and it seems like a huge threat to the Empire. Guess that would be an appropriate title for it.
It is. It's a nation. It's a kingdom. It is
Okay,
several provinces. Yeah.
Just a serious threat to the nation that needs to be dealt with.
It's about national security.
And does Thalin say what this threat is, or that's where his
Yeah,
statement ends?
in the way he spoke of the words of the religion and his seeming knowledge of it. It seems like he's involved with that.
All right. So, as Thalin says all this, Lethalia and Viadim's attention are going to turn to Anadelia. She is, as they both do, she's going to shake her head and say, I've never been able to confirm much of anything about the prince. I always just assumed that the throne was smart enough to know, about my letters.
What, that he's fucking weird? Yeah, he's fucking weird.
I really wish that I had a spell to mute Lance right now.
Oh, I got it. I'm gonna look at him real quick, and I'm gonna say quiet and cast command.
Was that wisdom save?
It is a wisdom save.
And you're humanoid. I get advantage. 18.
Well, that beats my spell DC.
Alright, so Lance feels magical energy overcome him for a second, and then he breaks the effects of it. As he does, though, Anadelia is going to continue and say, I act as a information gatherer for our circle. However, it would make sense that if the prince is interacting with people like that, they'd know how to avoid me.
Look, the only person that could have cast that on me. Don't fucking cast spells on me.
He seems to trust us, and we found this information out, and we were all, as you can imagine, alarmed by it. So we feel, and I think you would agree, that something needs to be done rather quickly.
And we also have reason to believe he might be working with someone known as the Fifth Ascended.
Whew! Alright. So,
we are trying our best to convince these people to overthrow
yeah,
Mark.
you guys are throwing the prince to the
Word,
wolves.
I would say run for the election that's supposed to happen once all the High Council is selected. I've been trying to say, like, since the beginning, since everybody is in here, and I've been ignored the entire fucking time.
Well, because every other word that comes out of your mouth is a swear word. We're gone.
Fuck it! Like, y'all are over here talking about trees and this shit. I'm talking about doing it legally.
That's not how politics work. They don't do it legally.
I'm not saying that we have to do it legally, but they can run legally.
Yes, but if we're giving them the information,
Yeah, we gotta motivate
the
them first.
election does come up since they're high members of society, and actually one of them potentially being a member of the council eventually, he can be brought up there.
Actually, the one person in here that was asked to become a council member declined, sent it off to another person in this room that they wanted to be a council member, and then their vote got revoked because they are not liked by the Chantries. So nobody in here is selected for High Council right now.
Anadelia is going to look towards you for a second, like looking wholly offended, and say, the reason for me being declined is of a completely personal matter that I hold with each of the eyes of the Chantry.
I'm not saying that you're doing anything wrong. I'm just saying that's what the Chantries told me, is they don't really like you, is all I'm saying. I'm not saying you.
Holy shit.
The Chantries just don't fucking like you.
I don't know if it'll work, but I really want to try.
Can I cast command again?
I got this. One person.
That doesn't stop him from talking.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, he's paralyzed.
Wisdom
Again,
save.
advantage because you're humanoid.
Wait, why advantage?
Greater favorite enemy. I get advantage against spells for my favorite enemies, and my favorite enemy is humanoid fiend.
Alright, we gotta roll anyway.
What is the roll for it?
Wisdom.
Wisdom? Okay. 21.
Damn it.
Jeez.
Here, let me try. Second level sleep.
I don't think that'll cause enough damage.
As you guys are just like lobbing spells like at Lance, Lethalia is going to get up from her seat.
Damn it, that's nowhere near
Yeah,
enough
no.
speed.
Walk over to Lance, grab him by the collar, and
Finger
begin dragging him out of the room. Lance
Please.
Hey,
can
Yay.
roll a Lance can roll a acrobatics check to beat her grapple or her grapple.
Can I assist?
Not have advantage.
yeah, can I help?
Can I help?
Sure. Everybody, like, she does not need your guys' help. Makana told you Lethalia knocked Makana out
Her
with
out
a single punch.
Okay, well,
Can't I use
I will
athletics
let
as
her.
well, since it's a grapple check?
Yeah, you can do
Alright.
athletics or acrobatics.
Nat 20.
Are you sure you don't need help? Are you sure you don't need help?
Wait, hold on.
Guys,
Do Hex. Give him disadvantage on strength.
Well, you'd have to call that before I made the roll, not after.
I did say
Yeah.
hang on, but okay.
Well,
Now, keep in mind, by the way,
in the
nat
next
20s
roll.
on ability checks don't always equal successes.
That's contested.
Yeah, she is going to beat you. Like Lance doing everything he can to get out of her grip, and she is going to hoist him into the air and throw him out of the room. Lance flies 15 feet into the wall in the hallway, and she closes the door. Or rather, before she closes the door, she says "stay," and then closes the door. Lance takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Was that command word stay?
No, it was not command word "stay." It was like you are insulting my closest friend in the world, and because of who you're allies with, I'm not killing you.
As she closes the door, Celebris is already completely 90-degree bowing and apologizing for Lance.
Johan is right beside him. We are so sorry.
Hey, you said 6, right?
Yes, just 6.
Okay.
It was the lowest 3d6 of your life.
Yeah, at that point, Lance is just gonna fucking leave, because he's tired of always getting bullied by fucking everybody. He's just telling the fucking truth at that point, and he's thrown out multiple spells. He's just leaving.
Alrighty.
We are sorry. Okay, out of character, I am sorry, but you are like undermining our entire conversation right now, and we don't need it.
I was 100% truthful, though.
You were 100% truthful, but you were
I
undermining.
would rather be truthful instead of being sugarcoating lying bullshit, so I'm leaving.
The thing is, you were truthful, but you weren't tactful.
Fuck Tad!
Yeah, good. Well put.
And that's why you're an unemployed knight.
That was all my decision.
What did I walk into?
Hey, what's up, Taylor?
You technically just missed Lethalia playing bouncer and removing Lance from the club.
Oh.
Yeah. Anadelia was declined a position from the government for who she decided to marry, and Lance basically kept poking at her of just like, yeah, you know, sucks, it's not your fault, but yeah, they just hate you for this, and it's like, you don't think I know that already?
Be fucking truthful, but nobody likes the truth. Sorry, it fucking hurts.
Yeah, that is true. So anyways, Lance is in the hallway.
No, Lance is like leaving the entire building. Like he is gone. Like he's heading back to fucking what's it called?
All right. The hallways of the Nakart Manor are pitch black. There are no windows, and you don't know where you are inside the complex. So go ahead and roll me a intelligence save, and we will get back to you.
Well, can I do a survival check anyways to track my way back since I did walk up here?
Yes, yes you can.
That one, I lost like a motherfucker.
That's when the one hits.
We will get back to you, Lance. Or we'll get back to Lance. Inside the room, though, as all of this like finishes going down, the dropping of the Gendenthal bomb was kind of huge until Lance started railing into Anadelia, and the tension in the room is going to have like this weird sort of like swirling chaotic mixture.
I'm going to ask permission. I'm going to ask permission so that nobody gets upset to cast calm emotions on everybody.
Oh, I'm hostile.
Yeah. Ariana is going to say no. That's a lot to take in. How do you know my brother is following Gendenthal, or even that
Recent, some of my
that would be
former travels, I've heard of some of what they preach, some of their messages, and he was speaking like a true follower of the religion, and I'm sure more investigation will reveal his ties to them, but I know from what I've seen that he is absolutely involved with them in some capacity. And given his rank and position, I'm sure it's a pretty important role within their organization.
There's also that weird thing from the guy you just threw out, who stated that the prince likes to worship alone, which makes us think that it may be a religion that's not accepted here.
Of which there are several.
Lethalia is going to look to Anadelia and say, find out more about any other Gendenthal followers who might be too dumb to stay off of our radar. She's going to nod and say, I'll go converse with my steward. I'll be back. She stands up to leave the room.
Before she leaves, Celebris wants to say something.
Yeah, I also want to say we haven't told this to anybody, so this needs to be kept very secret. We can't let them know that we're, on to what they're up to.
What's Celebris saying?
Celebris is just going to look at the both of them and say, I understand with our position being knights, we're loyal to the crown, but I, as a citizen, am loyal to this country before anything else. That is why we brought this to your attention.
Agreed.
Also agreed.
Ariana is going to bow humbly in the room and say, I haven't met with any of my family in person in 18 years. I did not know he was involved in such dark things.
It's entirely possible your father didn't even know that he was involved with these things.
Just gonna say, if it is for the good of our country, I'll put my name in the running.
Yeah, it's for the best. We know of nobody more suited for the position. That's why we come to you.
Indeed. And I'm going to turn to Lady Nakart, and someone's really staticky right now. Okay.
I don't hear anything.
As Adamir.
Oh yeah, Anthony.
I
We're
still
getting
come
we're getting feedback on your mic every time somebody else talks.
God damn it, this thing sometimes. Sorry, 1 second.
But I'm never going to get a sentence out.
I'm just gonna mute him for a second, and I'll.
Nope, give me a second, I'm going to push to talk.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to turn to Lady Nakart again and go, I understand that you have a strong backing and may be able to help a lesser noble with the magnate's name. So that's why I wanted to bring this up to your attention in person. I want to know what your opinion is of the situation.
You're asking Lethalia her opinion of it?
Yeah, more of like, will she be willing to help with this? Will she back Ariana? And if she decides to put her name in.
Yeah, Lethalia is going to look to her and say, nobody knows who you are, and your claim is shaky at best. But you have the blood of the East and the blood of the Eye of the Mountain inside of you. And that was the glue that held our country together for the past 20 years. I don't know if there's anyone else who can fill that role, so you'll have my support. Ariana's going to look like very surprised at the statement, and then say, well, first, I think we need to bring the Mountain Wardens into line. My brother sent them into an open frenzy. With that, we still have 40,000 Ililnagian troops inside of our borders. You have enough forces. You have more forces than both of them. Lethalia is going to shake her head and say, I have more forces than either of them, but after we get into a war with one of them, the other will surely overtake us. She's going to go into thought for a moment and say, for now, just think about getting yourself into the public's eye without getting yourself killed. Her bodyguard for the first time is going to speak and say, "I'll make sure that doesn't happen."
Father, I will put a hand up. Best you do. Our handler from the prince
Has orders to execute Miss Kinfield, should she be deemed a problem.
He'll nod and say, "And who is this handler?"
Meat.
Meat.
Her name is Meat. If you can kind of guess by the name what kind of person she is.
Her dress in silver chainmail.
She's the woman that came in with us.
She's also very flashy.
Where's me right now, by the way?
Meat is not in here. Yeah.
She's in the party, though?
Yeah, she is in the party. She's in the ball, or at the ball.
I can't remember if she came with us or not.
Yeah, the steward offered to go get her, and then you guys were like, no, she's fine.
That's right.
Reasons. There's more reasons for that.
Mostly what I just said.
Mostly everything that was just said in this room.
The bodyguard is going to say, I know her. I trained with her.
I don't think ill of her. It's more the point that he's shown a readiness to eliminate your charge. So don't rest on your laurels.
The man is going to look over to Ariana and say, "It seems your brother's not the person we thought he was." She's going to respond and say, "I'll be the judge of that when we have a chance to talk with him. But for now, we have to act in what's best for Arter Sarai."
Johan's going to also pitch in. You can always count for our protection too. While we are currently under charge of the Magnate, as Celebris once said, we also prefer to put our nation first, and we're not afraid to help out what we believe, to do what we believe is right for it.
This whole event is going to be just like a shocking ordeal. The man is going to be the man's going to be the first one to speak up, the bodyguard, and say, "The Kalkin protecting something? Well, that's a first. Most of the time, they're the vanguards who charge in to attack."
The difference between offense and defense is often what side you're on.
I was going to say, good offense is the best defense.
Good defense is the best offense, you mean?
Man,
Championships.
Defense wins championships. Johan, pacifist for life. Willing to defend anyone.
Alright, as this conversation's happening, we're going to jump over to Lance, who is just lost in these pitch black chambers.
Crying quietly to himself.
Yeah. Does he have a torch or anything on him that he can light, or does he have dark vision?
He should have a torch. I have a explorer's pack, so yeah, I have a torch.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so does Lance want to light that, or is he just going to keep wandering around?
He's just going to keep wandering around. Fuck that.
Okay. About three hallways forward, or three passageways forward, Lance is going to see a group of servants, is going to see the hallway come alight with torchlight, and a group of servants running through it. They're only there for a brief moment as they dash through the chamber.
That's suspicious. I'm half tempted to go see what that's about.
Go ahead and make up your mind, because you're only going to have a quick a minute to try and follow him before.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace on myself real fast, and then I'm going to try to sneak behind and follow.
Okay. They are, let's see, for the duration each creature, 30 feet of you. Okay, go ahead and roll me a stealth check, and they are, booking it through these, Alright, that's a 19 though.
19,
Yeah. They are...
I might have something to add to that. Give me a second, I gotta check.
Okay.
I don't think I do, but...
Yeah, they are booking it
no.
through these hallways. You are able to just barely keep sight.
I can dash as a bonus action.
Yeah, you are just barely able to keep sight of like their torchlight. You know, like just trying not to be seen by them. It's hard to call anything familiar with how Lance has been trying to navigate these corridors. But you are going to come to a lit room, and they're going to knock swiftly. Or actually, standing outside the door is going to be Viadim, the steward who you've seen earlier, and they're going to be exchanging words with him. From the distance Lance is at, he can see them handing Viadim a elaborate sword and a scroll.
I probably can't hear what they're saying at all, can I?
What's your passive perception?
12.
They're not being stealthy. They say a messenger from the prince came in the dead of night.
Messenger from the prince, dead of night. Huh, that's odd. I wonder why he's sending a message.
Viadim is going to nod, reading the letter in torchlight. If Lance isn't doing anything, he's going to...
I'm going to kind of try to stealth back kind of farther back where we came from.
Okay.
Like where they came from, and then I'm gonna try and... No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. Actually, that's a bad idea. I'm gonna try to go back to where I came from, still kind of try to figure out where the hell I'm at.
Alrighty, you can go ahead and roll me another survival check.
Survival.
Believe in yourself.
9. Woo. Survival is not my strong suit.
You're going to be able to get back to the lost area that you were at. That's isn't
fine.
Yeah, this isn't out. But it is not. It was exactly where you were when you saw the servants. Which is still very much lost in the complex.
That's fine.
Yeah, Lance can keep wandering around until he either finds something interesting or he finds his way out. I'm going to roll him a percentage die. But once again, we're going to come back to Lance. Alright. So the rest of the party, there is going to be... you guys are going to hear shuffling outside of the door. Before there's a knock on it, and the steward, who is standing outside in the hallway, is going to open the door to the chamber. He is bearing a long black and steel sword and a letter. He walks up to Lithalia and hands it to her, and places the sword on the table and says, "My lady, this just came from the prince." She reads it and then looks at the elaborate sword and says, and looks around to the room and says, "The prince has just declared war on any Solsarai who is not sworn to the throne." She picks up the oath blade in front of Says, I suppose each of you will be getting one of your own eventually.
Well, as long as the Kalkin is aligned to him, but until then, I don't think they'll be supporting him for much longer.
Question.
Yes.
Let me check and see if I need to do anything special beforehand. The throne. I don't know how best to word this. Just because we swear loyalty to the throne doesn't mean we necessarily swear loyalty to the person sitting on it, correct?
No, that's exactly.
It's to whoever is sitting on it.
Yeah. Because I just don't want it to be like magically where you are forced to be loyal to the ruler.
Yeah.
You can identify it.
Yeah. The oath blades. Oath blades are not magical. They are tradition in this country.
Yes, but this is a black one.
Yeah.
Is black tradition? Because I thought all the other oath blades were like white.
Are personal, aren't they? Because it's
Most.
Right?
Yeah. These are very, very, these are traditions from the north of, when you get married, you craft a certain sword and give it to the person. That's the one that survived. In the ways of old, there would be all different types of these oaths. This is a oath of loyalty for war, going in.
Okay.
And Lethalia will explain that, the princes embracing, the old traditions of the Mountain Wardens don't think that, he is enough of an Ardorian to lead the country. Well, this is the most Ardorian thing you can do.
Gotcha. So he's trying to curry favor.
I
Gotcha.
just want to reiterate to them that we need to move quickly on this if we want to avoid unnecessary bloodshed.
Before you can say that, Lethalia is going to turn the sword upside down and plunge it into the table and say, with what I've learned tonight, we're at war.
Cool beans.
I'm running out of homes.
I'm going to slap Father A on the back and go, well, might start fighting for the one you're living in now.
Okay, so Brandon, if something were to happen to the prince, like if he were to die suddenly, what happens? Who comes into power after that?
If he has any children, he doesn't have any children, but if he has any children, they would hold the throne, the seat of Magnate, until the High Council picks another one. And then if there is not another Bertolf, then a High General would hold the seat until the High Council picks another. There is one High General alive right now, and a second...
Me?
No.
Me?
A Wind General just got promoted to High General.
Now, what if the High General died?
Then it goes to the second High General.
Okay.
It'll eventually go down to Speaker of the Senate.
Eventually it becomes Councilman Kaz from the Currency Council. If you guys don't remember him, that is the guy that Wesley gambled with one day at a brothel. That is the future leader of your guys' country when everybody else dies.
Okay, how many people we need to kill for Lance to be next in line?
Not enough.
You'd have to kill the head of Lance's family, because he's on the out.
Currently, there is none.
Yeah.
We're in competition
So
for
we'd
that
have to
right
kill
now.
all of his siblings.
Yeah, and then
Say no more.
then the other Sorcerai.
To be honest, that probably would be hard.
Everybody in this room.
I'm kidding.
Alright, so let's see. The rank, the appointed council. So you'd have to kill the Celestial Magnate, then the Eye of the Mountain, and after the High Council, of course. The Eye of the Mountain and the Sages of the Chantry are next. in line to become leaders. After that, the appointed council, which is what Anadelia is and Councilman Kaza are. They serve on the lesser councils of Arder Sarai.
Man, if we have to kill Anadelia, we're going too far.
Yeah. And then after the appointed councilmen, there are the Solsarai, which is your guys' rank, which is basic nobility. Under the Solsarai is the Mountain Wardens. Under them is anybody with a merchant contract. Then there are mercenaries called Soulsworn, who are bannermen who pledge their service to Solsarai. That would be like the guy who is with Ariana right now. Then there is anybody who joins the Royal Army. Underneath the Royal Army soldiers, there are farmers who own land, and then peasants who don't own land. There's anybody who makes the rank of High Citizen, which is basically anyone who's not a immigrant or a Terai, and then there are Low Citizens, which are immigrants and Terais, who everybody in the country literally has to die for them to become the magnate. So that's
and then there's animals, then there's dirt, and then there's land.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's rude. No, like,
I was about to say we hit Lance about the middle of it.
Yeah, Lance is a Solsarai. There are 1, 2, 3.
If Ariana's family was revealed, then she would just automatically be put into the position.
Does next of kin work? Like, since he's the only other sibling.
Yeah. Next of kin is who the magnate goes to.
Okay.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 ranks of citizenry. So, Lance is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 from the top.
Alright. Yeah, I think I know the easiest way through this.
Assassinate! Assassinate!
I'm going
Kill him.
to turn to him and go, we are not going to kill the magnate. We are going to try and talk him down.
And
Well, I mean, I don't think he's gonna
Johan,
submit to that very easily.
And if that doesn't work, then we'll kill him.
yeah, Sardi's got the right idea.
I think it's totally morally justifiable to kill one person to save the lives of thousands.
guys, you realize that literally you're talking that way while there's an order to kill anyone who stands against him for us.
It wouldn't be the first time a government's tried to kill me over the decision I've made early in my life.
I understand
Now it affects me.
point I'm making as he looks over to Nathalia and Anadelia. They're under the same order.
So we should, stop. Well, one, stop talking about murder and start talking about politically gaining this power.
Lance, I'm sorry, wrong person. Johan, do you know how war works?
Yes. Do you know how politics work?
About the same way.
There's no saving these people.
Welcome to Arder.
You'll have to forgive me. I learned politics in a Lil Nagai, and I don't practice the wills. Warren.
Yeah, as you say, you don't practice the wills. Anadelia, who hasn't left the room yet, is going to look surprised and say, "So tonight, when you were prophesizing to me, was
forgotten song, and I do apologize for the mistruth. I don't know if you've had a private conversation with that woman, but I wasn't going to tell her the truth."
I think whoever the prince is aligned with, they may be pulling the strings behind the scene, and it might not be his prerogative to go to war, but there could be evil entities, influencing his mind either through persuasion, through magical means. We don't know enough yet to say for sure what's going on, but he can't be trusted in power. I don't think he can be reasoned with or convinced.
At this point, you guys are going to have made a pretty convincing argument to everybody in the room. Ariana, who has not, met her family in years, is going to say, I am devoted to the cause of our country, but I would still like to have, I would like to meet with my brother, if you can still arrange that meeting for me.
Johan's going to second that notion.
We'll see what we can do.
I just urge extreme caution. I fear he will try something to eliminate you and continue doing whatever objective he's trying to accomplish, pushed by whoever he's working with.
It might be safer for you if you were to stay in the protection of the Kalkan until we can get the meeting set up and you two together. What do you think, Johan?
I think it'd be better if you can just find a way to arrange the meeting on her turf, so that she has more protection.
Or meet him by surprise. Don't let him know that she's coming, because he might, set up an ambush or arrange for an unfortunate accident to happen.
Once again, reason why to do it on her turf. Like, have it to where he travels to her.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll go for that. We can try, but I think he's very content staying in his, tower where he's safe.
That's the reason for sending us to go talk with her to begin with. Her.
Exactly. We can try.
As you guys say that, stay in his tower where he's safe, Lethalia is going to say, not for much longer, and she's going to look to Viadim and say, Viadim, give the order for our troops to pull out of the city. If we're at war, I'm protecting Somar Villa, first and foremost.
So Brandon, just real quick, is Sol Sarah, is that just pretty much all people?
Sol Sarai, is... So, there are Mil Sarai and Sun Sarai, which is like, which in the greater context of history is like, greater humans and lesser humans. Sol Sarai is like a bump above greater humans, like greatest human. Sol Sarai is just the name of nobility in this country.
Okay, it's not a distinction between like humans, elves.
No,
and dwarves.
anybody can
Gotcha.
be Sol Sarai.
We're Sol Sarai right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just interesting, just out of character thinking that he, specified just the nobility, basically. I guess.
He's basically saying if a noble is against him, kill them.
Yeah. He's not going to every farm and it's just like, here's your 40 gold sword. Like, are you serving me or not?
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I was not sure about. Okay.
The peasant would be like, no, I'm gonna go sell this and live comfortably for a month. Alright. So... Yeah, otherwise, your guys' business is pretty much done here. Lethalia is going to, before dismissing this meeting, look to you and say, today, we have forged an alliance between the Kalkan, Arothia, and she's going to look to Ariana, who her noble estate is doesn't have very many soldiers to it, but she's gonna look to her, and Ariana's going to say the Kinfields, and she'll nod and say, we're walking through this war together. We'll recruit who we can, and those who we don't recruit, we'll just have to cross that bridge when we can.
I want to ask Ariana, is she like getting ready to leave? It seems like.
Yeah. She, everybody in this meeting seems pretty much done.
I want to say just before she leaves, I know you haven't seen your brother, right? The prince is her brother.
Yes.
Yes.
I know you haven't seen your brother, in many years.
She's gonna shake her head and say, "I've never met him before."
Okay.
He was born after she got
If it came to it that he had to be eliminated, how do you feel about that?
She's gonna exhale and say, "If it's for the good of Arter Sarai, I won't contest it."
It was a pleasure meeting you, and I look forward to our next meeting.
Lady Nakart, Lady Surreal, Lady Canfield, it has been a pleasure and an honor speaking with you, and I'm sorry it wasn't on better terms.
Lethalia is going to nod. Both Ariana and Anadelia are going to give a polite bow of respect ode to your station.
Silver's going to do the same.
Johan will also do the same, as we are representing the Calkin here.
Same here.
Yeah, and she's going to say, just deliver word back to that headstrong leader of yours. It would be nice to have a safe house inside the city.
Will do.
In Arter Sarah.
As I salute.
Arter, yeah, sorry.
Question.
Yes.
Is there a proper salute in the country? Like, is it like hand to head or fist to chest?
You make an X on your chest and then stick both hands out.
Hail Hydra. No, for Arter, there's not any specific salute. Most of the time, it's a hearty arm-to-arm shake, as is a greeting among warriors. Once you get the further you get away from the north, and right now you guys are in the south of the country, the further and further you're going to stray from tradition and more towards practicality.
I just felt like a hearty arm-to-arm shake with women is inappropriate.
Well, you don't really know Ariana that well. Do you want to go for it?
I'll go for it because that's how Johan was brought up.
Yeah. And she is going to return the gesture, like just full-on countryman to countryman.
Yeah, buddy. She's my favorite.
An arrow flies through the window and kills her. I'm kidding.
Lay on. I'm touching yourself. Lay on hands.
I can use my reaction to catch the arrow.
Yeah. I have a shield of attracting arrows. Why is it not coming to me?
Anyways, though, otherwise your guys' business is pretty much done here.
Cool. Gonna go back
Plus,
to
let's not mention the fact that Lethalia doesn't have windows in her office.
Yeah, she doesn't have windows anywhere in the inner part of her keep.
I don't see natural sunlight at work, so...
Yeah.
All I get is natural sunlight.
So, I don't remember if I said it explicitly, but with that last statement, Lethalia was basically saying, if you guys need protection, you can stay with her.
Speaking of protection, I would like our Calkin house in Somerville to be outfitted on the cheap.
Oh yeah, the not silver sigil. Nazram decked you guys out. Like your dungeon was repaired. It can actually store things again. All of the blood and everything, and walls were repaired, reinforced, and.
No, I think he means the
Silmarvilla one.
The Silmarvilla one.
Oh, here in town.
Yeah.
Also, you did mean the silver sigil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
The place that just got robbed.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not going to be something that's going to happen right now, as you guys just had war declared on you, and the first
Okay.
thing isn't going to be like, oh, let me just dump a bunch of money into this place.
Maybe
War just got declared.
instead
Why
of-
would security not be the first thing to talk about?
Maybe instead of that, we could offer the building as temporary barracks for the soldiers if need be.
Now hold on, you said the war was declared on us? I mean, it wasn't really declared on like us personally, right?
Well, not you.
No,
but-
not,
it was told you guys. They said you guys would be getting one soon. It was delivered to Solsarai specifically.
yeah,
Well, was
following-
just anybody?
you-
I was going to ask if there's any like known like pockets of dissent against the crown, or is it just
Oh yeah, nobody likes Marcus.
Oh yeah, nobody.
There's
likes-
plenty of pockets of dissent
Yeah.
against the crown. Nobody likes Marcus.
If anything, you'd have to ask where the pockets of.
Well, yeah, I was
like,
gonna say it's
Ben-
not really a pocket, and it's more like a portable hole.
it's like the whole pants.
Yeah, it's
and
like
it has
a bag
pockets
of holding
appreciation.
of.
just like a pants of dissent?
Yeah, literally, you walk through the streets of Ardor right now, and there are mobs claiming for his head right now.
Yeah,
Right there.
when
Fuck that guy.
when
And other people
Lethalia,
are like, yeah.
when Lethalia's men pull out of the capital, it is not going to be a very pretty place to stay. She
So
was
the Kalkin's completely loyal to him, right?
no, the
No.
Kalkin are not loyal to anybody. They're international police. They
We did, however, just set up an alliance with Anadelia, Lady Card, and the Kinfields, though.
Yeah,
So we're loyal to
that-
those three.
That's why.
So,
That's
Kalkins
why.
are just straight mercenaries.
Well, yeah, the Kalkin aren't mercenaries. They have a moral code. They're lawful neutral. They prevent tragedies. Wherever a magical catastrophe is about to happen, they have agents actively working against it, whether they like those people or not.
The reason that me and Johan are loyal to the Magnate is because we're royal knights. We were knighted from him.
For saving him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Father A.
Okay, when I joined, I thought I was
No,
brought
so
into Kalkin
actually,
to-
the only
yeah.
three in the room right now, besides the three head nobles we've been talking to, that are actually potentially on the chopping block for this, are me, Johan, and Father Anderson.
Yeah.
I'm not a member of the Kalkin.
No, but you
Lance is
are
also-
a noble. You are a knight, so you are a sorceress.
Did better when I was
Sorcerer.
persecuted for my religion.
And
well, I mean, you
Lance
guys-
is also on the chopping.
if it makes you feel any better, Rob, the prince is now being persecuted for his religion.
That's why I was like, when he brought the Gendenthal hammer down, I was like, look, I was almost burned to death over fringe religious terrorism. So maybe give the guy a break on that one.
It's like, we have proof he's a bad guy. Anyways, though, that's why the bodyguard in the room with the blue armor was surprised when you guys were talking about protecting somebody. It's like, oh, the Kalkin, declaring allegiance, and that, they're not just going to, like, run into someplace and just start killing the people who need to be killed. It's,
Well, I just joined, so I'm not like 100% bought into their methods.
And Johan doesn't like killing anyone.
So to say, he's talking to the one Kalkin member who doesn't like to kill people.
Yeah, the
Okay.
best way to think about the Kalkin would be like an Expendables movie or something. They are your Rambos and Jason Stathams of just like, all right, they got a bomb in there, go kill them. It's like, okay, and jumping through windows, cutting people down, and doing all those things.
Makana's the sword, Johan's the shield.
Yeah. I think Makana's name, actually, funny enough, is Sword. I don't remember. She's named after a constellation in the world. Anyways, yeah. So your guys' meeting is over. You want the steward to lead you back to the, or rather, Viadem will offer to lead you guys back to the ball.
Yes, please. I will get lost on my way back otherwise.
Oh, so oxymoronic. I just looked up the constellation Makana's named after. It is Shield. Anyways, yeah. Well, you know, the best defense is a good offense. So there you go.
Once again, defense wins championships.
Yeah, the best defense is a good offense. So.
We're gonna jump over to Lance. I already rolled your percentage die of Lance wandering around through these corridors. It's going to, he's gonna wander for probably about, the entirety of that conversation was nearly a half hour, 20 minutes or so. He's gonna wander around just aimlessly for a half hour before he finally hears, the sound of, before he finally hears the sound of music and like people and festivities, and he's going to be able to on his second attempt, he's going to be able to find his way back to the ball. As he does though, the music is going to be playing, but he's going to hear it like slowly as he's getting close. Like he knows he's getting closer to where he heard it, and as he is getting closer, it's going to stop. From this point, though, following like the trail of light, he can find himself back into the ballroom. Inside of the ballroom, while it's probably at this time about 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning, and many party guests have left. There are still going to be a good number of people here, although it's going to be like sparsely populated, whereas before it was like shoulder to shoulder. Lance walking into the back dining area, there are going to be about 20 knights, all with their spears pointed at a single individual who is dragging a bloodied body.
Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, I was about to say, before Celebris, like, when we go back to us, Celebris is gonna, like, do a 180 and go, oh, about Joseph.
Lance is going to come in and see, like, this bloodied, marred man. He has a beard out of this world, and he is, like, ragtag and, like, just completely dingy and beat to the bridge and back. As the soldiers are around him, he's going to be shouting, "Where's Lethalia? The Nakart, now!"
I would tap on one of the guards' shoulders, and I'm having my left hand kind of on the hilt of my sword there, and be like, "What's going on?"
He's gonna be paying this guy more attention, but as you tap on his shoulder, he's gonna put a hand up and say, "Don't worry, my lord. We'll protect you." This man.
Yeah, I don't need the protection. What's just going on?
This man showed up, claiming to be a man thought dead. He says he's Manning Tolls.
Manning Tolls. Have I heard that name before?
You haven't heard that name before. He is the mob boss of all of Ardor. The Tolls are in charge. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You said he was dragging a body. What body is he dragging?
Or is he the body?
Yeah, he is not the body. He has another bloodied body.
That's what I'm asking. Who is he dragging?
Looks to be the corpse of a servant.
Oh. So
We don't see this, do we? None of us are near this.
No, you guys aren't at this event yet.
I'm gonna be pulling my sword out and kind of like pointing it toward the guy just to be safe as well. If this goes down, we're doing it.
the knights are going to take a step forward and say, "Sir, Manning Tolls is dead. Helenus fought weeks ago." He's gonna say, "By the bridge, I'm standing right here, and I'm not dead yet." One of them is going to break the line of spears, stepping forward even more threatening, and say, "You need to leave now, otherwise, when we carry you out here, you won't be alive afterwards."
I appreciate the Black Panther reference, by the way. I'm right here, and as you can clearly see, I'm not dead.
I think I'm gonna break the line as well. I would cast Hunter's Mark on this guy just to be safe here. That means I'm gonna lose my pass out trace.
All right. So once again, Lance didn't do well on his checks to get out of this place. So he found this as the party, was like walking through the halls on their way back. So back to the rest of the party. You guys are stepping forward, and Celebrus is going to mention Joseph, and as he does, Lethalia is going to have a concerned look on her face and say, "The festivities should still be going on." Viadem, did you release the performers early? He shakes his head no, and she's going to pick up her pace, moving through these halls, and say, "What of Joseph? The Twilight Thing stalks me at my every move." That's one of the reasons why I never leave my manor. They're waiting for an opportunity. Your mic's on push to talk. Anthony, if you were responding to that at all.
No, I hadn't. And I just switched back. I actually took it off for a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Oh wait, never mind. Go ahead.
Is noticing her picking up her pace because of her worry. He's gonna start keeping in tow with her and say, "I understand that they're a menace, but you don't think they would do something here and now, do you?"
She shakes her head and says, "No, they're fools if they try. Inside my keep, I'll tear them apart." Spitting the final words with vitriol.
I'm gonna kind of scoot a little forward, closer to the guy, and be like, "What do you want with Nakart?"
Alright, so the rest of the party is going to enter the ball chamber. And see this happening. There are a circle of knights around this bloodied, dingy, downtrodden man who is holding a corpse. Lance and another knight are approaching him very wardingly.
Celebrus is going to pull Sash off his back right away.
Yeah, responding to Lance, he's gonna spit and say, What the bridge do you think I want with her? I need her soldiers. I'm retaking Helenus."
Gonna need more than just you saying you're retaking it to get soldiers. I need detail. Why? Who are you exactly?
He drops the corpse and starts laughing manically with his hands up and says, "I'm Manning Tolls! Do none of you remember me? None of you? All the assassinations I did, all of the robberies I did for you, all for this..." And as he gets that last line out, Lethalia is going to call over the party and say, "Manning?" Lance can see the rest of the party is here.
Don't care.
He's going to look to Lance and say, "Our country is at war, and they thought to take me out first. They're gonna find out I'm a lot harder to kill than that.
It's a man after my own heart.
Then whose corpse is that? I'm gonna point my sword at the dead servant.
He's gonna look down and scratch his head and say, he wouldn't let me in because I didn't have an invitation.
Really?
Really after my own heart.
As the scene kind of defuses, Lethalia is going to call everyone and say, "Stand down." They are going to do so. He's going to smile and look down to the corpse and say, "Sorry about that," and walk towards her. She's going to look towards the rest of the party and say, "Well, it's good that I don't sleep much anyways."
I'm going to keep my sword out because I don't really trust it.
So you said Manning Tolls was like the mob boss of Arden Sarai?
Yes, he is.
As a former criminal.
As a former criminal.
You're a criminal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. As a criminal. Would I know what he looks like? Especially being an old criminal?
Yes, you know he looks like that normally. However, he is sporting a beard that looks like it's been unshaven for a few weeks. He has scars and cuts that have not been treated. And his clothes and armor are tattered and torn. This looks like a man who has not only survived a war, but survived, hell and back afterwards.
Man after Father A's own heart.
Both of my characters' own hearts.
She's going to look to Viadim and say, "Take him and get him cleaned up." And to everybody else in the ball, and look and say, "Alright, the ball is over for the evening. Guards, clear everybody out of here."
Gotta go ahead and head for the door then.
Yeah, there's gonna be talking and murmuring and people starting to shuffle out. Noticing this whole event go down, Meat is going to run up to Lance and say, because Lance is going to be the first one she notices. Then she's going to look towards the rest of the party, as she's walking with Lance, and say, "Wait, you guys spoke with Lethalia?"
No.
Nope.
I feel like I should have you roll a deception, but it's just such a blatant lie that it's just not even needed.
Well, here's the thing. I was going to tell her no if it was a lie or not. She doesn't need to know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah. As Lance just glooms off, she's gonna look back towards the rest of the party and just say, "Well, I hope you enjoyed your ball," and walk off to the party. Who is? Are you guys doing anything as Lethalia's entourage leaves?
I was looking at Nathalia, before she left, I would look to Nathalia and say, "Do you need us to stay behind and help with this, or...?"
You're Gucci.
She is with Manning right there. She's going to shake her head and say, "No, Manning is an incompetent fool, and that's why I took Door Edge from him the first time." And Manning is going to say, "And that's why I took half of it back." And she's gonna snap and say, "If you want to continue living, go with Viadim. He has a very angry expression on his face, and then storms off down the hallway. And she looks to the party and says, "No, he's at this point just an angry child."
Well, if you need us for anything, Lady Nagart, we're staying at the... Which I actually did forget what tavern we're staying at currently.
You guys are... When you first came to town, you rented a room in the Magnate's Falcon on the north side of town. Or
we're staying at the
yeah,
Makana's
but
place, aren't
you
we?
yeah, but you have not Makana's place. You have Kaitrina's father's house that you've renovated.
I'll tell her we're staying at the new Kalkin office that we've set up here. It was the former home of
Gavrilo Elslor.
Gavrilo Elslor.
Hello?
Hey, I can hear you.
Okay. Did anybody get what I said right before my stuff disconnected?
No, I heard you speaking in the background of Rob's mic, but I didn't hear what you were saying.
I was saying that I was taking this cue as to go rest for a long 8 hours.
Alrighty. She's going to nod, knowing where to find you guys if need be. You guys are going to get back to, the, Kaitrina's, mansion, or rather the New Kalkin house. Yeah, that's what we call it, the New Kalkin house.
I mean, it is.
Yeah. And there is, what's her name? Kaitrina's steward is going to approach you guys, having received a letter and sword in the night. We don't have to roleplay this out, but she informs you guys that Kaitrina, or rather the Elslors, have been asked to make a oath to the throne and to deliver the letter and the oath blade to the Magnate. Or not to the Magnate, I'm sorry, to Kaitrina.
We'll take care of that.
Do we slam it in the table like
We're at war.
Lady Nagart did? We're at war. Slam it into the table. That's what you do, right? That's what we're doing.
Johan, do that with yours. We'll let Katrina slam it around.
I'm not actually going to do that. It was,
Yeah.
I guess, Johan's character.
Anyways, though, Kaon, oh man, yeah, she was injured. I'm looking at her character card now. She's still fine. Kaon is the name of the, it's the name of the steward.
I thought that was the name of a Japanese high school, like, music club.
No. Otherwise, you guys can rest here for the night. That's...
Is Lance there?
I'm assuming so.
I don't know. Hold on. Let me roll a percentage die. I don't know how to roll percentage die.
Hashtag D100.
I can roll you one.
I say hashtag.
Yeah, I rolled an 82.
He's not.
Alright, how's Lance spending his night?
He's spending it in the woods.
Wow, we pissed him off that bad.
Alright, the woods are going to be southwest of Somar Villa.
That is 100% okay.
Alrighty. And it's kind of hard to find some around here, as most of Dorage is like tamed fields. But there are some small ones scattered here and there.
Just need to in the woods. I don't even need to get. I'll go forage and everything.
All right.
Your survival sucks, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the thing. I'm by myself, so I don't really need to forage. Is the thing. Since I'm solo right now, my natural explorer feeds up to 5 people. I could roll 1 and still get enough food for me.
All right. Lance is Actually, what is Lance's passive perception? 12?
Yeah.
Alright, so is he just sleeping out in the forest tonight?
Basically, like up in a tree.
Okay.
He's smart enough to know, like, he's smart enough to know not to be on the ground.
Lance is going to hear, outside, in the forest, he's going to hear very, very clearly the, howl of wolves. And, he is going to see, he's going to wake up to this, and he's going to see one, underneath, his tree. It has, tracked him, and it, very, clearly knows his scent.
Yes, okay.
He rolls over and goes back to sleep.
You know what? If it wants to be there, here, you know what? I doubt it's going to come up here in 12. It might actually. Let me reverse that. I'm going to go ahead and Planar Warrior that one.
Planar Warrior? What's that?
Here, hold on. Let me find it. There you go. I'm going to mark it with my Planar Warrior. And I'm going to shoot my fucking longbow at it.
Alright, you learn to draw the energy of the multiverse to augment your attacks. Choose a creature you can see the next. Force damage.
As extra D6.
Alrighty.
So, I'm gonna fucking nail that one in the face.
Okay, let me look at something real quicks. Cause I gotta...
You hit it and it morphs, and it's actually Draven in disguise.
Roll initiative, fuck!
1v1 me, bro.
Alright, go ahead and roll me an attack roll.
Okay, this is technically combat, right? It's the first attack of combat,
Okay.
right?
Yes, it is.
I would have advantage on the shot.
Okay.
So 26.
Alright. You are going to, nail this thing, which seemed to be tracking you. However, it wasn't initially aggressive until just now. You're going to see it, change forms into a half-humanoid, half-wolf.
You ran into the werewolf that tried to kill Rachia. Oh.
And it is... no, this is not that one. But it is going to start climbing this tree with a pretty vicious intent inside of its eyes.
Well, how much damage did he do to it?
Yeah, here, let's find out.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage and roll your D8.
Wow, there's a nat 1 in there. 12 force damage, and then we're gonna go ahead and extra attack here because he's fucking running up. Like
Alrighty.
So, oh, nat 1s. Why? Why you do this to me, game?
Alright, you are going to miss this thing on the second thing. It seems, it doesn't seem to be proficient in climbing. As
wait, question.
Yes.
What is it considered, fiend or humanoid?
This is this is actually fiend.
Oh, it is fiend?
Yes.
Oh shit! So that thing actually takes 16 damage.
Alrighty. Yeah, this thing doesn't seem to be proficient in climbing, and it is climbing at half of its speed. However, half of its speed is going to be enough to get it up into the tree where you're at. However, since it doesn't have a climb speed, I'm gonna have that as its action. It is immediately in front of you. It is a snarling wolf person that you see. It looks vaguely feminine.
Oh my gosh.
Oh cock. It would be like, do we like?
It is Rachia.
It's Rachia. Like, clearly there's a misunderstanding here. I thought you were a normal wolf, and I thought a pack was gonna come. So if you're gonna kill me, say it. If not, if you're not gonna kill me, and we can just say, so I can say sorry about that. We'll go about our day. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and ethereal step, and then bonus action dash with my fleet of foot, and with my 60 feet of movement, I'm gonna go ahead and back down the tree and as far away as I can get.
Okay, tell me a direction you're running. The town is northeast of you.
I will go northeast.
Alrighty. Lance is going to hear more padded footsteps coming from the south, directly south of him. They
can't track me. I'm fucking in a different plane.
Yeah, let's see, a bonus action. Yeah, he's gonna hear more footsteps coming from the south of him. And they are going to head towards the tree that Lance was at, and he is going to hear more howling. However, let's see, how long does that bonus action...
It's 4 turn.
Okay. Yeah. They do have advantage on perception checks. You're going to have a head start.
Well, they're not able to see me even with perception because I'm on a completely other plane.
No, this is the next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a turn of being ahead of them. The city for you is, or rather, the clearing for these woods is about 100 feet out before you can get to the road.
Okay, so I will go ahead and fuck it, burn it because I have it, right? I'm going to go ahead and Misty Step 30 feet.
Okay, is that a bonus action?
That is a bonus action. And then as my action, I will dash another 60.
All right.
90 feet.
Book it. Book it.
How do you dash 60 feet?
Because I have 30-foot movement.
Yeah.
And then dash is...
Dash doubles your movement speed. Alright, so as you are, just turning, or, just fleeing through this, after you're, just fleeing through this, wilderness, roll me a d20. You are in a chase scene.
Oh, okay.
I believe...
Oh, 5.
Everyone,
you know what? I'm going to use my inspiration here.
Reroll
that. Oh, not much better, but better.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw, DC 15.
Nope.
Oh my gosh! All right.
I gotta see if I get advantage on these. Wait, Natural Explorer. Oh wait, no, I'm using the I'm using fucking the other natural fucking Ranger. Never mind.
You have blundered into a hunter's snare. You've tripped a stake, and a net comes flinging around a tree at you. You are restrained. You can use your action to get out of it.
Well, I can do something else too.
Alrighty. The best thing about a chase scene, though, is everybody chasing you also has to roll on the chase table. There are 4 wolves Lance hears in the distance running towards him. 3 of them he can see in the distance, getting closer. 1 he heard, but he can't see it yet. 1 fell into didn't fall, but got put back a little bit by an obstacle. Alright, so Lance, what are you doing this round? Are you using your action to get out of the net, or are you gonna...
Oh no, I still have 1 second level slot left, so fuck that shit, I'm out.
Alright, Misty Step and burn the dash. Alright.
Yeah, burn the dash.
Roll me another d20.
If I was 90 feet, if 100 feet from the clearing to the city, I 30 feet the last time for Misty, and then 60 from that, I'd be 90. I'd only be 10 feet. I should be in the clearing to the city at that point.
No, your last turn from where you were at was 100 more feet of the forest left.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've Misty Step 30, which leaves 90, and then I dashed 60, which 30 plus 60 is...
Yeah,
well,
10.
That
10
means
feet.
I
You're
have
at
10,
the edge.
and then I'm...
You're at the
Yeah,
edge
and
of
then
the
I
clearing.
Misty Step for 30 to a spot I can see, so I should be out.
Yeah, at the end of last turn, you were 100 feet. In this turn, you just moved 90 feet.
I thought he was.
No, you said I was 100 feet before the end of last turn.
Okay. I wasn't paying attention to when I said that then. Alrighty. So, yeah, you're going to make it to the edge of this forest. And, well, you're still going to have to roll on the table.
That's fine.
Yeah, that table is affecting this whole round of movement.
16.
And dash doesn't double your movement. It just lets you move your movement again.
Yeah, that's doubling your movement, basically. If I move 30 and then dash, that's another 30, so that's 60.
Right.
So you are going to get out of this forest with these wolves on your tail. They're going to be chasing you into the field. As you run into the field, there is always a faint mist. There's always a faint fog around Somar Villa, like nearly 100% of the year. As they get to the edge of that fog of that field, they are going to stop snarling at you and turn around and head back towards the woods.
You know what? I could have just... I didn't think about this before I shot that fucking thing in the face. I could have probably enabled awareness and fucking figured out if it was hostile or not. I didn't think about that.
You have successfully escaped from them without getting bitten. That is very good. And you have learned, hey, there might be a pack of werewolves living outside of Somar Villa.
That hate me
Yes,
now.
baby.
Coming to their home, shooting them in the face. And it's just like, hey, look, I smell something. Who is it?
what
Ah!
Well, I thought it was a normal wolf. If it would have came up in its fucking, not normal wolf form, I probably wouldn't have shot it. Probably would have just chilled there and been very still. I thought it was a normal wolf. I was like, oh, free dinner.
It feels like kind of a dick move to shoot it, regardless.
Hey, if you're sleeping in the woods and you need a dinner, and a fucking dinner walks under you, you shoot dinner.
Right? You don't question where your food came from.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Lance
Like,
did
you're
a
shooting dinner.
butt ton of damage to it, though. So Lance could have probably, taking a couple bites or scratches up top, could have probably mano-to-manoed that werewolf out.
Honestly, if I would have been smarter and dropped my hunter's mark on it first, then shot it, and then waited, see what it did, then planar warrior, then shot it, that would have been another D6 on top of that. Would have been better. Would have been a smarter move.
Pretty sure Meat gave you guys silvered weapons or something. I don't.
No, she silvered our clothing.
Yeah, to make it look. Anyways, though, Lance is at the edge of town. It is.
My question is, why does Lance need dinner when he just came from a giant party?
I didn't really eat. I drank.
You drink heavily too.
Yeah, very heavily.
It is about 2 hours to sunrise. Lance is not going to be able to complete a long rest.
That's fine.
Tonight. Alrighty.
Can I get a short one in?
Yeah, you can get a short rest in easily.
And then I'm good.
Anyways, does he head back to the Elslore Keep, or does he
Nope,
find
good
someplace else in? Alrighty.
Going to a bar, drinking more.
I'm just gonna roll you a percentage die of where you're at. And okay. you are going to, Lance is going to head towards the north side of the city, seeking something much more safer, and get a room at the, at what is this place? Is this, this is, I'm pretty sure this is Woolgrief. Because the Magnate's Falcon is the place inside of, Ardor.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is Woolgrief. I've lost my Somar Villa sheet forever ago that I had all of these labeled on, so... Yeah, but I do have the names of the taverns on my NPC sheets of who's at what tavern. So anyways, Lance is going to stay at Woolgrief for the night. Yeah, he is able to drink himself into a coma for the next sunrise. He can spend 5 gold to do so.
Comatose.
Anyways, otherwise, the rest of the night passes, quote-unquote, uneventfully. It is the...
I mean, I didn't have to fight werewolves.
It is the 20th of Father. It is 10th day of the week. What is everybody doing?
Getting my morning prayer in. And then wondering where the fuck Lance is.
Celebus is gonna find Johan and ask him if we should find Lance, since he didn't return to the keep.
I don't know. Yes, we should. Because he's our friend, question mark?
I mean, I don't think I'm part of that conversation, so sure, that's a factual statement.
He's not a bad guy. He's just a, bad guy.
Damn.
What do we need to do after this? I mean, what else do we need to do here?
Honestly, I think our business is done here.
Yeah, I think so too.
Maybe we should head back to the Calkin office.
Sounds good to me.
Or we can start, or we can start trying to fill out our new Calkin office here. Alright, we have to go report back to Makana.
Yeah, I think it'd be best to stay by the prince and see what he's up to. See if we can find some more information. Because
very little. War's been declared. I don't think recruiting new Calkin members is a great
War's been
idea.
declared. You don't think we should have troops?
I think we shouldn't be recruiting people from Somar Villa to Calkin.
Yeah, I don't think we're ready.
While she's going to probably be wanting to recruit people for her army.
Yeah, I think we want to stay on his good side for as long as we can.
Yeah, no, I think we should go back to Ardor.
I still think we should find Lance and bring him with us at least.
Well, yeah, find Lance was my first. Yeah, let's go find Lance. He's our friend, question mark, and then go back to Ardor.
Are any of his handlers here with us?
Yeah, the 3 retainers went back to the Calkin office earlier that night when their lord left the party.
You 3. Do you know where Lance might be? Or, and this is more of a lesser statement, but why the hell he's acting like a psycho right now?
Let's see. Green die is, or actually, I can roll on each of their sheets. Because you guys have them in your party. Group NPCs, Group D. BA's insight check. Not trained in it. Pahil, insight check. Also not trained in it. And
I thought insight was wisdom, not intelligence.
let me double check.
Pretty sure that's wisdom. Yeah, it's wisdom, not intelligence for insight.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go with Inarin, not trained in it. Pahil,
Never got a nat fucking 20.
still not trained in it, and then Bieza, still not trained in it. Alright, so Inarin is going to put 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 together and say, he was dancing pretty close with Bieza last night, and they started talking, and then after their conversation, they were both looking incredibly ashamed, and he started drinking himself into. Bieza
How much
is going
ashamed
to.
is the word there?
Yeah. Bieza is going to cut
Embarrassed
her
one.
off and say, I'm sure he's just coming to his own after the party. It was a lot to take in.
Fine.
But she's going to add, no, we have no idea where he is.
Do you have any way of locating him?
Bieza, who is his messenger, is going to scratch her head and say, I've been delivering letters for him, so I'll see if I can find him in any places that he might frequent. And she's going to roll an investigation check. She's going to head out the door. You guys are going to see her shrug and start walking off.
Great, now Biaza's fucking lost.
I am going to do my own investigation. Because that did not give me confidence.
Yeah, same here.
Alright.
Well, you guys should start at wherever they serve booze.
There we go.
The only one there that beat my passive dexterity is fucking is Grax and fucking Robert.
Or Bartholomew.
Barney and
Yeah.
Robert's playing.
Yeah, go old people.
Yeah, so,
But,
everybody's going to split up in Somar Villa looking for Lance. Scouring various different taverns, both Father A and Lumagrax are going to come in.
Father and Lumagrax.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bartholomew. I just, I corrected you and then I just said it. Yeah, get out of here with that, Taylor.
Might be. I
Barry
mean,
changed his name.
He talks too much to be Lumagrax.
Yeah, anyways, Bartholomew and Father A are going to stumble into, Woolreath, the tavern you guys were staying at, before. Thinking, it's probably someplace, Lance would probably come to drink. You guys are going to find Lance, slumped out in a lush, kind of sofa chair in front of a hearth. Lance is not drunk at this point, but he'd be sobering up and passed out. You guys are able to wake him though.
Did he get his stuff stolen again?
No, not. There's very small parts of Somar Villa that would just outright mug somebody. Your guys' place getting robbed was a heist. That was thieves, casing the place, a crew of, actual thieves. Casing the place and stealing things.
I happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. That, Lance now, most of the time in Somar Villa, this is one of the nicest places in the world. You're, most of the time, just not going to be robbed just because you fall asleep in the wrong area.
You sure just want to sleep in the woods?
Well, that was somebody else's den, so.
Okay, yeah, but still, who walks around in a different shape than their normal one in fucking home?
People embracing
It's like wearing
their hairs.
Animalistic instincts because they ate a zone devil fruit.
It's like, goddamn it, it's like wearing a tuxedo in your house.
Barney Stinson, How I Met Your Brother.
God damn it. Home is where the pants are not. You're fucking walking around.
Technically, if he's a wolf, he has no clothes on.
Don't you get technical with me here, okay? I count wolf form as
naked
pants. I did shoot a woman in the face last night. And not with the fun sauce.
Anyway,
What are you guys doing?
We're gonna smack him.
Is Lance? Does he have a hangover?
Yes, Lance does have a hangover, and he's suffering from a level of exhaustion.
Woo, exhaustion.
Does it
Got
go
my down.
You know, you look like you went to a party last night.
I did go to a party last night. I had my so-called friends that cast 3 different spells on me and get me thrown out of a room for telling the truth.
You lack tact.
Fucking, if you can't, tact means nothing if you can't handle cold, hard truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat something that's plainly obvious. If her and her fucking friend there couldn't handle that piece of news coming from me that they already knew, they have no reason to know. They can't handle that.
Have you considered for a moment that they are fully aware of what you are telling them, and they don't want to hear some yappity-mouthed stranger prattle about it?
Oh no, I'm fully aware of that, but when I'm just telling y'all that Nakehart was asked to do it and she put it on to someone else, and the reason why they aren't on council now, plain and simple, is the reason why, like, she's not there, and y'all are talking about y'all have 2 people in here in that room that are possibly going to be high council, and I'm the one that gets punished for telling y'all no we don't, and trying to tell y'all the situation, and y'all blatantly, repeatedly have now attacked me over that type of stuff, is bullshit.
Lance, you're combative, and it's exhausting.
I hear that you don't like what we were doing, but did you have a better plan?
I was listening to y'all. I was literally trying to tell y'all that these people aren't high council. We're not trying to overthrow the magnate via treasonous ways that someone, I don't even remember the fucking bitch's name, was saying that we're planning that we were going to do it legally through the fucking election, when the high council was elected, and everybody was like, oh, we have 2 members of the high council here. No, we don't. Fucking hold person, command, sleep, and then some fucking buff butch bitch threw me out of a fucking room.
As Lance is just like swearing like crazy and just, you know, going ham, the innkeep is going to stand up, and like the patrons of his tavern are going to be looking at him. And this, once again, Somar Villa is filled with superstars. Everybody here is like high class, and even the lowest. Even like the lowest ranked person is like Lance, you know, would be you guys would be the lowest common denominator here. As Lance is, you know, like swearing like crazy, the innkeeper is going to stand up and is like, look, if you want to just drown your sorrows and, you know, go off at the mouth like you are, you can find some place in Somia to drink. However, I do have to try and entertain the people who come here for Somia's appeal.
I'm guessing there's still a mug half full. Like, is there a mug still half full in front of me?
No, it'd be empty.
Damn it.
Lance, was like passed out in this chair.
Whatever. Fucking get up and leave.
Alrighty. You guys headed back to Ardor?
Yep. The kinda and
Did we actually get Lance to come back with us, or did he just kind of fuck off on his own again?
What's the decision? Where's Lance going?
I'm following them.
begrudgingly and not happy.
Yeah, no, not happy that the 3 people I consider my only friends ever have been attacking me constantly.
Alright.
To be fair, I haven't taken a swing at you yet.
Fuck, I had 3 spells cast on me yesterday.
I am not a spell user.
Johan is trying to calm the situation down.
As you guys gather up and get ready to travel, it is a 8-hour straight travel fest on the roads. You
Did
guys
we come on horses? No.
No, I gave you guys
I want to spend an hour. I want to spend an hour casting Find Greater Steed so that I can ride my hog back.
Does the party want to wait on you to do that?
I will catch up with them if they don't.
Alrighty,
I
what's
don't mind really.
okay? Passing through the road north to Ardor and the weather for this day. I need to look at my book. The 20th is... Oof, okay, it is snowing. You are not in blizzard conditions yet. As long as you guys are dressed appropriately for the cold weather, you are set. You guys are going to arrive in Somia. There we go. You guys are going to arrive in the southern part of town just after, or just in the afternoon. You guys are in Ardor.
Is Lance been kind of fuming and muttering to himself the whole time?
No, he's just been quiet.
Well, as we hit Somia and everything, Silbrus is going to fall back to where Lance is and try to have a conversation with him.
He's just quiet.
Lance, you need to understand. What you were saying in there was not wrong, but you offended them by saying it the way you were. And by doing so, you upset them. That's why that shit happened the way it did. No one was trying to hurt you or in any way. It's more of that could have turned out a lot worse than it did. And luckily, managed to get the situation in a way where we can actually move more freely now. I understand your reserve and your anger at Marcus right now, and I understand that you're angry that they were trying to cast spells on you. That I can't say I agree with either, but sometimes I've learned that sometimes going to your anger is the worst decision. It's better to just take a deep breath and try to calmly explain the situation. You know, you're in the middle of a high noble's office and you're sitting there screaming profanities at her. How would you feel if someone walked into your home and just started swearing and insulting you?
I feel more comfortable. At least then they're being honest and not putting on a persona.
I'm not saying you couldn't be honest with them. But, you know, tact. Say what you want to say honestly, but don't, you know, do it in a way that you're going to offend someone.
My only problem with it is if someone of that type of nobility is that offended to the point where they physically throw me out because I didn't sugarcoat something of plain truth, they have no right to be nobility. They themselves are in more of the wrong than I am. Oh yes, sure, I said some mean words, but fucking it's the truth. I've had worse things said in front of me to my family, about my grandfather, about me. I've had so much worse shit said, and they're gonna fucking physically assault me like that? Fucked up.
And I understand your anger and reserve from it. But look at it this way. You weren't saying things that weren't wrong. But you were making it, to them, it is a big deal. And you were saying it like it was a joke in their eyes. When someone says something about you or your family, do you get upset?
Yeah, do I stab or throw somebody out of a room? No. What I do is I take it in, like, sure, you're right, and then just leave it at that.
I'm just saying, sometimes less is more.
I don't know how much less you can get of throwing somebody out of a fucking room. Okay?
Well, she could have killed you.
She could have.
She also could have had other guards, like, restrain and pull Lance out, too.
Fucking butch-ass bitch.
Well, that butch-ass bitch, as you like to refer to her right now, is going to be probably our best chance of getting this country back in order.
She does hold a lot of power and a lot of sway.
Also, she could rip you in half. So,
That's why she's a butch. Fucking bitch. Oh, mean words. I assault people over mean words.
Do you know why they don't like Anadelia?
Yeah, I do actually.
Tell me.
She's in a marriage that upsets the Chantries. That fucking, I don't even remember who the fucking name of the bitch that she's married to. I don't care for names.
Do you know why they don't like her wife?
She worships some fucking, if I remember correctly. I think I'm remembering this correctly because I was told at the Chantry of Honor or hospital, whatever it was. What's that Chantry I went to, Brandon?
The Chantry of Harmony. If
Harmony.
you don't remember, DC 10 on a history check.
Okay. No, I don't remember actually. I don't remember it fully, but I remember I was told it. I know, I just don't really remember it completely.
Yeah, it is some religious reason why they don't like her.
Yeah, I know it's religious based.
Father Ace knows he's just being
Mm-hmm.
facetious.
I'm not though. I mean, I legitimately do know it's a religious reason.
I just wanted to let that know, like
Yeah.
I didn't know. Rachia Rental Paul worships the Gibbon Wills, the religion of Lil Nagai. Hey, despite the country's more open views on certain religions, they don't appreciate heresy. So maybe it's a little close to home when you're being told you can't have a higher position purely based on the person you love. So it could be worse. I moved to Ardor because of my religious beliefs. They tried to kill me.
My point and our point of this, Lance, is you weren't saying something wrong. You were saying it wrongly.
You also we're trying to help them be on our side, and by demeaning them doesn't make them like us anymore.
What's trying to demean them? Just fucking assholes.
I'm not
But
trying
you
to
weren't
demean those
demeaning
fucking
them.
assholes. As I demean them.
Sitting there screaming profanities in basically a meeting about this, it doesn't look good. It honestly makes you sound like you don't know what the hell you're talking about, even
Because I don't delve in these politic bullshit that y'all are talking about.
Be quiet. You don't have to speak if you don't know what you're talking about.
I swear, I grew up under my grandfather. He didn't delve in this politic bullshit either. He was an adventurer before my father. My father does this politic shit, but I didn't follow his teachings. I followed my grandfather. He was the fun one. I don't know any of this bullshit. I'm only doing this fucking competition because I just want to be head of house.
where you have to do more politics.
Unfortunately.
And to be fair, and Silbrus is going to look at Johan and Father Anderson at this point. We could have been more upfront with some of the information we had. By the way, he's trying to keep this kind of on the DL so Meat isn't hearing it.
Is Meat with us?
Meat is walking with you guys. As you guys are like kind of airing your dirty laundry and having this discussion, she's just trying not like when your parents are yelling at each other, and just like la 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 la.
So that's just what I'm trying to say. Maybe finesse, not force.
Whatever. Just whatever. Just drop it. It'll be alright.
Alrighty. So you guys are headed back to the Kalkin office?
Yes.
Alright, so the Kalkin office is staffed with your two new members, Kaitrina and Makana. And I'm going to roll and see how many of them are there. As you guys get there, once again, Makana is out stalking Draylin, and Sindel is once again keeping watch over the lobby. Yeah, that's all the information you guys have available to you as you walk in. And Sindel will inform you of that as she'll stand up and say, "Oh, welcome back. How was Somar Villa?"
Shitty.
So, how was the tracking down animals?
Sindel, who has been watching the office, is going to shrug and say, Giovanno has been on it. I think he hunted something earlier this week, but that was his job. Kaitrina just has me keeping the office on lockdown.
Speaking of animals, I was gonna sleep in a forest before we came here, and I might have shot a werewolf in the face.
Wait, what?
I have so many questions.
Mhm.
Why were you going to sleep in the woods?
Felt like it.
Okay. So a werewolf, huh?
Yeah, it was like on the... it was southern side of where that forest was, right?
Yeah, southwest of the city.
Yeah, southwest of the city, there's like a little patch of forest there. I was gonna go sleep in a tree out there because I knew no one was gonna look for me out that way. A wolf came up under the tree I was sleeping on, and I was like, ooh, free dinner. And I shot it, and then it turned into a werewolf, and it started climbing the fucking tree, and I dipped out, and then there was like maybe 4 or 5 of them chasing after me, but I got out in time.
Did you get bit?
I did not, luckily.
Huh.
I did my little move where I just disappear out of nowhere, and fucking I ran.
Good on you.
Mhm.
So, there's werewolves outside of Somar Villa.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Do you think Lady Nakart knows or should know about that?
I don't know, but as soon as I got to that little misty thing that surrounds the village, they stopped chasing me, and they wanted nothing to do with me, and they walked back.
I think she knows.
That sounds like some kind of word, maybe.
Yeah.
So, there are werewolves outside of Somar Villa.
The word y'all talking
that
about...
want to get inside
beast.
of it.
Yeah, the word y'all talking about beast around the in the city reminded me of that.
Sindel is going to be the first one to peep up and say, wait, a thick fog around Somar Villa they won't cross?
Well, it's a mist. It's more of a mist, not a fog.
She's going. Well, there's no other Calkin member other than you guys here. She's gonna look at each of the Calkin members in the party and say, that follows very, very powerful Terai. There must be one residing inside of Somar Villa.
That sucks.
Yeah. We'll have to look into that one day.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Right now, there's bigger problems. Right now, isn't there?
Oh yes, there's totally bigger problems.
Is Katrina in?
So wait, does the mist follow, or is it the werewolves?
The mist.
Um,
The mist follows Lady
Yeah.
Makart, and we all know this, and we're all ignoring it.
I just wanted to I just wanted to make sure, because after I made that, oh, that's interesting to note. I was like, wait.
Yeah, no,
Which
you
thing?
played it off like naturally with it. Great job.
yeah, I'm sorry, somebody, said something. My mind just slipped away.
Celebris was asking her if Katrina was in.
She is, she's gonna, nod and say, she's in the tactician room upstairs.
There's a tactician room?
There is a large room for meetings.
You would know if you
right.
stayed long enough.
That's where those corpses were when we were here as Group B.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there was one
Yeah.
corpse in this room. There was a pile of the corpses in another room.
Pile, corpses.
Yeah.
Rooms,
It's all
Calcin
dead.
office.
Celebris is gonna
Needs a necromancer.
whisper into Father Anderson's ear. Maybe you should keep meat down here, and me and Johan will go talk to Katrina about everything. We'll just do it under the guise of Kelkin official business.
I'll see what I can do.
Johan, Tholen, we should go report in.
Yep, that is what I wanted to do.
Yep, same here. Let's go.
As you guys go off to do that, Mead is going to look to Father A and say, I suppose we should go report into the Prince?
Nah, you can report into the prince.
I'm going to turn to Father A on my way up and go, yeah, let him know about the meeting that Ariana Kenfield wants to have at her place.
Yes. As I have no agency, we can go do that.
Alright.
Yeah, you go do that.
Do you
He
guys...
knows nothing about
Yeah,
it.
so you guys sending Mead on that solo mission? Because,
No,
I
I'm
don't
on
know.
Twitter.
I don't know about that one. I think we might want to be there.
No,
Father A's gonna be there.
No, she can go alone.
She doesn't have anything to report.
Father A will, though.
Told her.
I want
No,
to
we
be there. at
told
least.
Father A to do it.
Father A would be going with.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let her go by herself. I'll go if nobody else does.
Yeah, I'm not.
You
going to
guys
the
don't
prince.
trust Meat?
No.
No, it gives you food poisoning. Have you ever heard mad cow disease?
You can get food poisoning from anything. I got it from sauerkraut.
Well, you know what? You shouldn't be eating sauerkraut in the first place.
True facts.
Alright, so...
Somebody did nothing wrong.
Father A would be going with me to
Alright.
talk to the prince.
Oh god, y'all leaving me here alone with Pieza. No!
Barney's
No,
there. Bartholomew is there with you.
Barney is a
Barney's
great
here.
conversationalist, so,
I don't know Barty. He's just a random old man that
can't
y'all
be
start
no
talking
Barney.
to.
That's the point.
Back in my day,
No!
Back in my day, the Celtics killed whatever they wanted. And then they yelled at me because a volcano monster came out.
What are you talking about back in that day? They still do it.
To be fair, he's probably the person that's offended you the least right now.
True, 40 doesn't talk much.
Lance is just like,
In fact,
everybody
you
hates me.
Zero spell slots.
Lance is just like, everybody hates me. Barty's like, yeah, I get that feel, man.
I feels, yeah.
been there, bruh. You want to talk about it?
You want to talk about your feelings?
T-shirt.
Best hated bros.
We'll handle the party going upstairs first. You guys are going to find Katrina in the tactician room. There is a this room loops around and is directly above the hearth, and part of the hearth goes up through this room. It is lit by torch and hearth fire, and there is a large dark maple wood table in the middle. On it are let's see.
Brandon,
yes.
I'm gonna make the point now. I did grab her
Okay.
off blade and no.
Okay. On it is the oath blade for Lance, Father A, Johann, and Celebris. There are 4 letters next to each of them. Or there's 1 letter next to each of them. As you guys walk in with Katrina's oath blade and letter in hand, she stands up, looking at you guys, and it says, "I suppose you already know the prince's decree, then."
Oh, we're well aware.
Indubitably.
And the more news we're about to bring you might be,
Good? Question mark?
or bad, considering it might actually make us targets of the decree.
So, good news, bad news. Good news. We met with Ariana Kenfield, who is the long-lost daughter of the previous magnate, and thus has claims to be magnate.
And interest.
And interest. Like, she was really willing to be magnate. She just didn't want to fight her brother for it. The bad news, I use in air quotes, we convinced her to fight her brother for it. And thus we're going against magnate.
Also, Lady Maycard's going to be supporting Lady Kenfield, as well as pulling all of her troops out of the city.
Also, if we haven't already relayed all bad stuff to Katrina, I'm going to do that now. Just like I did with Lady Maycard and Anadelia, and yeah.
We're just opening all the floodgates right now.
No, you guys mentioned to Makana and Katrina that the prince possibly worships Gindenthal.
Pretty shady as fuck. We agree. Lady Maycard agrees, Lady Anadelia agrees, the other person who has claim to the throne agrees, so we want to support her.
She nods and says, I was going to deliver my answer to the magnate today. However, I suppose if you guys have already made allegiances, it's best to honor those.
What was your decision going to be, Katrina?
She's going to look around at the office and say, well, we work in this region outside of from this city, and he controls the city, so I was thinking for now, until the Civil War blows over, it would be best to support him.
Is it okay to swear allegiance and lie?
Man, for a pacifist, you're shady as fuck.
Hey, I'm not condoning fighting.
Yeah.
Deception and subterfuge.
Deception is, yeah, bad.
Katrina is going to shake her head and say, the Kalkin do not make any oaths that we break.
Alright. Up front, and let them know that, hey, yeah, we don't support you anymore.
We're probably going to have to relinquish our knighthood, and Silver's kind of rubs the back
Oh,
of
you
his head.
bastards are gonna get me arrested.
That's the thing, Silver's is rubbing the back of his head. as Makana pointed out, this possibly means I'm going back to jail.
Well, I mean, all of us would get, killed. There's no jail anymore.
Well, if I relinquish my knighthood, technically speaking, I'm no longer target of the pact. I'm no longer royalty or nobility.
You'd give up your rank of Sorcerer just so you don't. Well, I guess so you don't get killed as a pretty good reason.
I don't need this knighthood nonsense if it's going to get me killed.
It's a pretty decent reason. I mean, you guys can swing your political schlongs around at people, but
I mean, that's exactly what we're going to be doing.
all right. So, are you guys going to tell Katrina anything else, or just?
I think basically for savoring of time, we're just opening all floodgates of what happened, how the meeting went.
We should also let her know that there are werewolves around the area, around the whatchamacallit? I forgot the name of the town. Somervilla, and we should probably eliminate those.
She's going to squint and say, "Those don't exist anymore. The last ones were killed off like 100 years ago."
Ask Lance.
He shot one in the face.
And got chased by 4 more.
I was about to ask the age-old question. She's gonna say, "Alright, where's Lance? We need to get a report on that."
Good question. I think he's still downstairs, actually.
Before that, should we also... So, while we were...
where is Lance?
That's the age-old question.
Before that, also while at the party, another member of the Twilight Fang was actually in attendance. And someone showed up, killed one of the servants, and...
They didn't kill him, they brutally hurt them, but they were still alive.
No, they killed him.
No, that was a corpse he was dragging.
Oh, was it? I thought you said someone got hurt but was still alive.
No, he was dragging around their body.
Oh, you said somebody was like really hurt but still like okay.
Yeah, the guy
The guy who killed the guy.
Yeah, really, really hurt. But he was still
Oh,
alive.
okay. I thought you were talking about like a different person. Never mind.
Do you remember his name off the top of your head?
That was something Tolls. I don't remember the first name.
Manny?
Yeah, that was it. Manny Tolls.
Manny Tolls showed up at the party, supposedly turning from Helenas.
Katrina's going to say, "I've been studying on Ardorian politics, preparing myself for the role I have now. Manning Tolls was also pronounced dead at, or rather, presumed dead in the fall of Helenas."
Yeah, well, he was carrying a corpse surrounded by about 30 guards, and Lady Mayfield, or Lethalia, Lady Mayfield identified him. Mayfield.
I was just laughing because that was such a beautiful, like, corruption.
Mayfield.
Are you guys ready for more names?
No.
Yay! Motherfucker, I barely remember my retainer's name, okay?
Alright, I just would like you guys to know, at the start of this campaign, I told you it was a political thriller.
Yeah, he sure does.
They're everywhere.
Yeah. Anyways,
Probably start writing these down.
Lady Nakehart positively identified him as who he claimed to be.
Katrina is going to like be in deep thought about this, and then finally like speak up and say, "That brings another level of complication into things."
It always does.
She's gonna say, I didn't consider Hellenis and the god Soyesa being in this country fighting. If you guys ally with the Nakarts, who is Umiya allying with? Who is Soyesa allying with?
Oh, fuck, we could tear apart a religion.
We could go. You know, we could go ask Umiya to align with us.
We could kill the Ascended and then install the Forgotten Son. It's all working out.
I am glad Father A is on a different mission right now, so he's not here to tell her this.
It is a religious mission. Kytrina, who is aware of Lethalia's nature, is going to say, if we gain the upper hand in this war, I don't know if Soyesa will support Lethalia if she finds out about her. And Kytrina just, kind of nods to the side of, like, the thing, you know.
She's been keeping it pretty well hidden so far.
Yeah, and we might wanna... You might want to discreetly let the other members of the office know, considering...
We don't need to let them know.
Well, if we're going to be stationing people there, they're going to want to know, they're going to realize that the fog that's being created is as such as our scribe downstairs pointed out very quickly and attentively. And brought up the point that we should be taking care of them.
Kytrina will nod and say, "I'll consider it," but the more people who learn of this, the easier things like this could get out of hand.
I agree with Kytrina here.
Yeah, can we not tell everybody about this? I don't think it's a good idea yet.
Maybe not tell them directly, but just tell them we're aware of it, everything is under control. So.
We have the situation handled. Don't worry about the creepy fog.
Also, your mansion was broken into and robbed while we were away.
But it's okay. I refilled the what was stolen.
Alright, she is, so among, all the, oh man, wow, that's just a lot of bombs. Okay, so first, for her mansion, was robbed, she's, going to look panicked at that and say, well, now that we have, our agents in that building, hopefully it'll be somewhat safer. As you guys, I assume everybody's moved to the table and grabbed their respective oath blade and letters from the prince?
Yes.
I'm actually going to read mine.
Wait, do I have one? Wait a
You said
minute.
I didn't have one, right?
Yes, Thalin did not have one, because Thalin's not nobility.
Oh, okay, okay.
Lance does have one because regardless of being a Knight of the Prince, his family reaches the rank of Solsarai, which makes him
Oh,
Solsarai.
God. Oh, no.
You have a personal one from the magnate. This one's not addressed to your family, so you can.
I know, that's what I'm scared about, because I don't know what the family would do.
Yeah, you can declare it completely separate from your family if you want.
Oh, God.
Though, as everybody's like grabbing their letters, they're going to notice Father A has two. One a scroll and the other one a handwritten letter. He is not there though.
I'm walking into a goddamn trap.
Reading the letter, I did not specifically prep the text of this letter. But it would go
basically all the same thing.
Yes, it is the same exact letter that Lethelia received, stating, in the ways of old, take an oath and swear your loyalty to the magnate in the royal army. And if you don't, you'll face the full force of the royal army and the throne of Artur Sarai. Yada 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 yada. Decreed, celestial magnate Marcus Bertolf.
Oh God. Are we all together, or they're upstairs and I'm downstairs right now?
We are upstairs.
We're about to jump to Lance as soon as they're done up here.
Yeah,
Because Katrina has to talk to him. Yeah.
Oh God.
So, anyways, yeah, no loyalty being sworn here.
Was Celebrus going to say something else to her, or you guys done up here?
Yeah, Celebrus just kind of looks at the scroll. You didn't read that, did you?
She shakes her head and says, "No, I received one for the Kalkin office."
The only reason I ask is because Father Anderson is heading to the Magnate now, and that has me worried.
I don't think we should worry yet. Have faith, all will be answered shortly.
Well, let's hope that good old Haldora's working today.
Yeah, the other bit of mail that Father A received does not bear the prince's insignia on it, by the way.
Lord.
So don't you read my goddamn mail.
I mean, I respect all of our friends' private lives.
Alrighty.
There was a scroll from the Magnate. That's what I was worried about.
Yeah, he did receive one of those.
But we all got one of those.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, so Katrina is going to pick up Lance's sword and letter. Everybody's Oathblade, by the way, is worth the minimum 40 gold if you want to vendor it to somebody.
I was going to take that. Like, don't just...
Yeah, she's...
Look at her like, don't just take my stuff.
I got a weapon.
She was giving it to you. You're downstairs. Your sword was upstairs.
Yeah, she's...
I thought I had mine downstairs. That's why I asked. Like, was this all... Like,
No. Yeah, they were all on the table upstairs. She's gonna grab the sword, Lance's sword and letter, and head downstairs.
Johan's gonna go sell his sword. 40 gold sounds really good right now.
I got a guy.
Yeah, does anybody grab Father A's?
I mean, Father A will be back shortly.
Alrighty. She begins walking down the stairs, and we're going to jump to Barty and Lance. You guys have some time before this happens. As you guys are like sitting here, Bieza is like waiting for orders from Lance, and she's just going to like look down and say, "I'm gonna go drop my stuff into the bunk room upstairs."
I'm gonna look awkwardly at her like, okay. Yeah, you do that. That's fine. We gotta talk about that at some point, but I don't think this is the point.
She bows and says, yes, of course, Lord Marfell, and heads upstairs.
Oh gosh, she's calling me Lord Morpho now. Oh Lord. I'm gonna put my hands in my face, like my face in my hands, like, oh no.
What's wrong?
Hey, buddy.
You having a bad day?
I'm on the back.
I think I fucked up, man.
Oh, tell me about it.
I got We were partying, we were dancing, we were having a good time. She's a good dancer, apparently. I didn't know that. Oh god. She said she loved me, and I didn't know. She said it in a weird way that it went over my head, and then it hit me like maybe 2-3 minutes later. And then I started drinking heavily, and then I got undrunk, and now I've been trying to decide was that just a dream, was that a dream or not? And it's painstakingly obvious it's not a dream. I don't know what to do.
Well, do you love her?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Do you like her?
Oh, she's cute. Well, she's hot. Let's get that straight. Yeah. That's the point. Like the part where I fucked up is I kind of talked about the girl I used to love. Well, I don't know if I still love. I haven't seen her in a while. I kind of talked about her in front of her as she told me that she loved me, and that's where I fucked up. I fucked up, man.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that.
I did last night. It was not great. Any advice here?
Pahil is going to step forward.
Oh fuck the other retainers!
Tearing out a picture or tearing out a page from her book and handing it to Lance.
Oh lord!
There is
fucking someone get me a Urban Dictionary.
There is a single Nali Palia on it, written in
fucking
elegant
what?
artisan script. It is a religious poem.
Oh god.
And it says, which one is this? Oh, here we go. I define myself in suffering. I've never known my own soul. I've never known my soul.
Oh god.
The one you understand.
Yeah. Damn the hell! Out of all the songs you give, sing, and tell, and all this is the one I finally understand. And it could be the most better time to do it, but not even the most worst time to do it. God damn it! It's funny as hell, though.
Pahil bows and says, "I'm happy to be of service, Lord Marfell."
Holy shit, you actually said normal words. What the fuck is this? Everything is collapsing around me.
It's all becoming a singularity. What do I do? I can't breathe.
Lance can.
What is today's date?
Lance can add a poem to his inventory.
A poem, okay.
I thought it would have been funnier if the page she ripped out literally had just a normal sentence written in it.
I swear to God, if it did, I'd have been so freaked out. But hell, I would ask you this type of stuff, but you don't. Fucking BA's is gone. Fucking Inari, what do I do here?
She's going to point to Barty and say, he has wisdom far beyond my years.
Oh God, you're a girl. You're supposed to know this shit.
I do.
You're my spiritual guardian, fucking person. I am flustered. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's not uncommon.
As Lance is like floundering for an answer, Kytrina, Celebris, and Johan are going to be walking down the stairs. Each one of them has a similar like black forged steel sword on them. Kytrina has one.
Do I recognize the sword?
You do. She has one at her waist, a second one she's carrying, and a third one in her other hand. She's going to walk up to the to Lance with the third one and offer it towards him. Also in her grip is a scroll, and she's going to say the prince has issued a decree. It's best if you read it for yourself.
Is this like a present? Like, it's fine craftsmanship. Probably worth a pretty penny. Everything is going wrong today. What else could go wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, let's read this.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes, I do. It's like everything else has gone wrong today.
Celebrate
What
just
else?
starts laughing.
Yeah, reading it, the prince has called for an oath of loyalty in the ways of old. Those who don't take it will be enemies of the throne.
Ah, this is lovely.
Well, you asked what else could go wrong.
I need to just stop talking about things like that. I just look at everybody else and just kind of rip it in half.
F the prince.
Fuck that guy.
Well, at least we're on the same terms there.
Yeah.
But this, I can sell.
The prince
I
has
am in
given
the same
40
boat.
Prince has given 80 gold to his enemies.
Hey, I can go buy a healing potion with that.
Yeah.
With that healing potion, I'll take all those wolves that attacked me that one night and fucking...
Katrina is going to say, your allies informed me you ran into werewolves. There hasn't been a reported sighting in nearly 100 years other than those rumors from the Renalpaw girl. Could you give me a report on that?
I don't know, can I? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Lance can just, recount, what happened that night.
I want to make a story of it. So,
So with me. All alone.
no, so after I got thrown out of the ball because I was an asshole, and after these people casted spells on me and all that and made a whole show of it, I was angry and I stormed off. And I was like, I'll go sleep in the woods because nobody will look for me in the woods. This was like southwest of whatever that fucking place is called, the place that the butch woman stays. And I got in a tree, I was settling in, and suddenly I heard wolves howling and it woke me up. I was very upset. I was like, I was just about to go to sleep. And I looked down and there's a wolf, like single wolf, it's just standing there, like under the tree, and I'm like, ooh, get her! So I pull out my bow and I fire and I shot it in the face, but it didn't go down. So I was like, okay, I'll shoot it a second time. But by the time after I opened my eyes to see it, it was a werewolf. It changed and it was climbing up the fucking tree, which is crazy. I didn't know they could climb. I then did my disappearing act. I Houdini'd, if you would say. Down the way. It's a new word. I use it for when I disappear. I Houdini'd away down and ran, and I could hear like 4, maybe 5 of them chasing behind me. Then some asshole hunter left a trap overnight in that area. Like, I wouldn't know why he did that, but he did. I tripped it, and I got caught in a net, but lucky me, I could Houdini a second time, and I Houdini'd out of that, kept running, and I went toward like the mist of the city, and after I got like right at the mist, they just stopped following me. It was crazy. I probably sound like what happened?
As you say all that, she's going to say, look to Sindel and say, all right, summarize that and send it back to the quarters.
You gotta put in the part where I was thinking it was food and it wasn't.
If there are werewolves, we'll need an extra set of sentinels to go investigate it.
No, I want to do it. I want to shoot him in the face again.
Katrina is going to look to Lance and say, all right, we can contract the job out to you.
Yes!
And she gestures and says, pay to be negotiated. We're working on limited
okay.
funding. But she looks back to Sindel and says, still, send the letter.
I'm ready to shoot some wolves in the face, guys.
Alright, so Father A And we'll end at 10:30 tonight. Father A is going to be escorted into the palace, walking all the way with Meat. Um, as you guys are like walking through the oh hey, let's go to the palace. That's a thing that exists.
No, it doesn't.
As you guys are walking through the water gate, or I'm sorry, the earth gate, Meat's going to break the silence and say, I know you guys have been keeping me in the dark about matters.
What? No, never. Not you. We love you, Meat. What are you talking about?
Your name is my favorite thing.
And it's troubling you, since you've brought it up.
She's going to say, I was given a job to do. And I like being effective at the tasks delegated down to me. That's where our worth as knights come from. If we're no good for the stations afforded to us, then oftentimes those stations will be taken away.
We're all back together, right? I think I was AFK whenever.
No, Father A is headed to the keep, or rather to the castle with Meat.
So she's just saying that to him?
Yes.
Okay.
I understand.
You're not the only person in our group who's having issues with the lack of clarity we can have. But I would like you to know that it's nothing personal towards you. It's simply the nature of your station that makes us hesitant.
She's going to nod. You guys are inside the central rise now. There are this is a large central chamber for members of the government hearing petitions and other things of that nature. Those who are afforded an audience here. It is decently empty, other than a few guards standing watch and some servants cleaning it. Meat is going to say, I understand that, and I want you to know I've tried to show trust in you guys by giving you the leisure of a loose leash. I only ask that you don't come back and bite me for it.
We don't hold any ill will towards you, Meat.
In fact, I like you.
She's going to say, that makes two of us. I like me too.
I'll see what I can do about the flow of information, so at the very least you're not caught unawares.
Walking, you guys are now walking up the stairs of the quarters, and she's going to say, so this meeting with Ariana Kinfield, it's arranged?
Partially. She does want to meet with the... she wants to meet with the prince. So then it would be a matter of organizing it with him.
She nods and says, and you guys met her? Is she trustworthy?
I believe so. She's got a good head on her shoulders. She has no ill will towards the prince. She simply wants to see her country prosper, and that means supporting him.
She nods. You guys reach the second floor of the diplomat quarters and reach the office that Prince Marcus was delegating business from before. This time, walking in there, I'm gonna roll a percentage die if he's there today. This time, walking in there, Prince Marcus is going to be with a servant. They have they have a whole satchel full of these scrolls, and on the table you can see a stack of these swords, probably about 3 feet high, of these black swords that you've been seeing be handed out. As you step into the room, the Marcus is going to turn around and have a very large, welcoming smile on his face and say, "My knights, you've returned. How was your stay in Somar Villa?"
It was quite pleasant, as Somar Villa is hard to disappoint.
He's
God, he even looks like an asshole.
He's going to step forward, taking 2 swords off the stack and placing them down, and say, as you have known, the Mountain Wardens don't respect my reign or my rule. Until a new magnate is chosen, our country needs to be stable and together. For that, I've issued a second decree. He's going to place the swords down in front of each you and me, and says, we need to be united together in our country and face invaders and any other threats as one singular force. Can I count on your support for that? Meat is going to pick up the sword, looking at the prince, and then looking at Father A, and she's going to nod and say, "Always, as a knight of the throne, I'm sworn to you." All eyes fall on Father A in the room.
Rip.
Not to undercut the moment, but I believe you've already sent me one of these.
You say that to the prince?
Yes.
He nods and says, yes, I was not expecting either of your visits. I sent one to your home too, Meat, but I think it's more personal to give them to the people I trust.
Oh, God.
I want you to know that I am your knight. But I serve a higher purpose, first and foremost. As the last bastion of the Forgotten Song. I'll help you keep Ardor united, as it's the only place that's let me say that without persecution in a long time. But I worry that you're being a tad divisive with this showy display.
As you say that, the door opens, and the servant from earlier walks back in, the satchel empty, and says, I'll take as many of the swords as I can too, my lord. She bows and walks to the other side of the room to the stack of swords. The prince says, divisive? They won't accept my rule, and they're in open rebellion themselves. They are marching troops from the mountains, and they might as well have control over the crossroads.
So wait, the Mountain Wardens are in open rebellion?
Yeah, the prince said, send the Eye of the Mountain, and swear a decree. They said no, and the prince responded to them, and then about 5,000 mountain wardens started moving out of the mountains towards the capital. That was
just to him that
Yeah.
Ariana Quinto has the idea to make that knot turn into a bloodbath.
Sorry. Trying to collect my thoughts. I believe we can avoid bloodshed, but that matters not. Like I said, Arter's my home. And while I've lived a full life, I don't intend to cross the bridge just yet. So at the very least, you have me. For now.
The prince is going to once again give you a warm smile and say, I simply want... he gets that word out before a sword pierces through his chest. The servant behind him is going to... Her face is going to change. And Father A is going to see she is not human. As Prince Marcus stands there for a moment, Mead is going to pick up her sword and charge at this person, and she's going to spit and say, "You fuck with one of us, you fuck with all of us." And she's going to dash out of the window.
Do I have a chance to react to this?
You can.
Is this gonna be like, Katum?
She pauses at the window, looking back at you, and says, "This isn't for Arter or for anyone else. This is for me and my friends." And she jumps out.
Castle of Dead Man.
Dude! Well, fuck.
Meat is going to run to the window, and then she is going to run into the hallway screaming for a cleric. We are going to...
Well, what do you know? I happen to be one of those things.
There's someone in there.
Finish him now. Finish him now.
Finish him! Finish him, move!
If you're wondering what your second letter said, it was Galay informing you, hey, Katum's been undercover in the castle for some reason. I don't know why, but I found her for you.
Oh God!
Whoa.
Well, fuck. We didn't have to pay for that.
You did! You paid 500 gold for it!
You
I did.
Oh yeah, Celebris did, didn't he? Yeah.
So why was the letter given to me, damn it?
Because I have it on Father A's card, my B.
Well, I made the request, he just paid for it.
That's even better. That the mail got delivered to the wrong person.
Hey, this medieval mail is not
That's even
perfect.
better.
Well, like I said, I ran the point on the exchange, so it's not weird I got the letter.
Yeah.
And
He has to be information.
Anyways, gonna... Like, how's he positioned? I need to pull this sword out of him.
I mean, he is like on his knees, crouching forward, sword in his back.
Okay, so we're gonna... Oh man, this is nice.
You are not a healing cleric, are you?
Oh, I have cure wounds. Fuck you.
That was the best fuck you ever. I
He
have
also
cure
has
wounds,
the
fuck
ability to
you.
just stand there and click 90-degree turn.
What about them lay on hands? Magic fingers.
We can pick up their next session unless you want to give Father A's decision right now.
Finishing move. Finishing move.
The hesitation means wait till next week.
Yeah, next on Dragon Ball Z.
All right.
God, that's a huge moment right there. Jesus, the bombs are real.
Katum was lurking around the capital.
Of course, we find that out as she stabs him in the fucking back.
Well, no.
On the bright side, we have who's going to be next coming up next.
Nyla told you guys, she couldn't find Katum. But yeah, tonight, Manning Tolles, Lathalia Nakart, Ariana Kenfield, Lance with the werewolves. That's like they're honestly there. They're just minding their own business this whole time.
Okay, still, I thought it was food. Damn it!
And then
You don't come up to me looking that tasty and not expect to take an arrow to the face.
and then the princes, Decree and Kadam. Good lord. Yeah, this was a big session tonight, and you did
That
it all
shit
in.
done.
Yeah. All right.
Also, our discussion on the way back.
Yeah. Let's see.
Also, basically starting an entire revolution in Somarvilla.
And in the Kalkin office, like in the Kalkin as well.
2,400 experience for everybody tonight. And
400. Okay, let's see.
I am going to give everybody inspiration for tonight. Just good
So,
old
2450 is.
I have inspiration again.
Same here.
Damn it!
I haven't had it for so long.
Earlier.
You should just be like, I want to use my inspiration right now and heal the prince, and then yeah. No, I'm kidding.
I want to use inspiration on this attack roll to finish him off.
Before anybody realizes that I'm the one that actually killed.
Wait, see me. I gotta get the dagger of venom ready.
So
That's a shame that sword was poisonous.
All right, and your guys' next session is on the 21st. I missed something tonight. Celebrus got picked up really essential information. 2,800 experience. No, 2,600 experience for tonight. Because you guys don't know what it is. You guys probably don't even remember what it is. But you guys did hear it, so it's something that happened. 2,600 for tonight.
Oh, God damn it.
Wait, what the fuck? What did I do?
You picked up...
Great things that we'll learn later.
Yeah, you picked up important information when you leaned your ear to the door. Yeah.
Oh, that was Johan with that 22.
Yeah, it wasn't a hard check. They've rolled really bad on stealth.
Wait, so how much
okay.
more on top of?
200 more.
200 more. 2,600 in total for tonight.
So-
Your guys' next session is on the 21st, and I'm going to end the stream there.
Cool.